Yo, what's up? My name's Petrowski, and welcome back for another installment of the PokeMMO Iron Man account. This is episode 25 of the account that cannot trade nor use the GTL, but will still excel at all the endgame content like raids and other PVM, especially the ones upcoming with the Christmas event around the corner. There are far more raids available in the Christmas event than the Halloween one. We're talking 12 to 15 raids to the Halloween's 8 to 9 or so raid. Which means this episode is going to be all about Christmas event preparation. That's going to include getting our Pokeyen stacked up to be able to afford those breeds. Tons of research, going back and checking last year's events and seeing what Pokemon were needed, what Pokemon could be theory crafted and could possibly be needed before this year, because as an Iron Man account, you need to prepare ahead of time. If I have to create a Pokemon from scratch during an event, it's a death sentence. It basically means I won't be able to do that raid or that piece of content. There are so much to do during events. I cannot be taking the time to build Pokemon on an account from scratch. A main account can just go buy that Pokemon. We do not have that luxury. Now, we don't have the luxury because we've self-imposed this challenge upon ourselves. Let's keep that in mind, of course. And that's what makes it so dang fun. Every single Pokemon has been bred up from scratch. Every single Pokemon comes from a Pokemon that we once caught. We cannot create anything on this account without earning it ourselves. Now, we are starting this episode at exactly 1,180 hours played on the Iron Man account and a little bit over 1 million Pokeyen. And here are the main goals we have for this episode, with the main big one being the only real one that I want to focus on. Everything else is going to be farming and sustenance and just dirty work to keep the account running. The main thing we need to focus on is preparing every single Xmas raid Pokemon possible. This could be 10 Pokemon, it could be 5 Pokemon, it could be 30. I have to go back and check the list and see what I have, cross-reference what I have versus what I will need. And that's going to require some time and research in itself. I would also really like to save up to 2 million plus Pokeyen, and that's why I want to breed for space, sustainment, but not progress. I don't plan to do 60 breeds the way I did in the last episode. I plan to do as few breeds as possible to create the raid Pokemon that I specifically need, but I don't want to be spending all of my yen on breeds right now. I'd be saving it for potential flexibility during the event. So all of our typical sustainment stuff is going to be Jimmy runs, catch events, saving that Pokeyen up, Everstone farming, Amulet coin farming, a lot of the grinding typical stuff you'll see on an Iron Man account on top of our big goal this episode. But we have a lot to do, so let's go ahead and jump into getting something done. All right, and our first order of business is a pretty important one. It's your favorite thing you want to see on an Iron Man account or any PokeMMO account, honestly. An Alpha Ditto spawn over at Chargestone Cave. We need these more than ever following up the Halloween event with so many Pokemon that need to be bred with a genderless, perfect breeder. So hopefully we can go catch this with ease. Oh, and the Iron Man luck continues, and it's the easiest Alpha Ditto we've probably seen on the account, at least up there. Turn number 6. I think last episode we got a turn 2 or whatever Alpha Ditto, so that one takes the cake, but turn 6 is hard to beat, dude. With the Dream Ball, very, very, very easy catch. 31 HP, 31 attack, 30 defense. Look at this, 30 plus in the first 3, 30 speed. This is a fantastic Ditto, dude. Hell yeah, calm nature's whatever, but a greatly statted Pokemon. All right, we have a lot of work to do today on the Iron Man account. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to the Christmas streams in PokeMMO. I'm going to go ahead and throw a timer ball. We have an Alpha Breloom catch today. Now, servers actually go down for maintenance in like a few hours, so I'm going to try to get as much work done as possible today. Hopefully, they're not down for long, because I have a lot of stuff I want to do today. I want to go ahead and catch this Breloom. I want to get my Jimmy run done if possible, and I'd love to go. I have one special thing that I want to go do today. I'm going to not keep it a secret. I'll just tell you guys, I need to go get a Heat Rock of all things. I don't think I ever got one, and I need a Heat Rock for upcoming raids. I literally could not, even though I built a hidden ability access amazing Ninetales for raids, I couldn't use it because I didn't have Heat Rock, and you can't have someone who doesn't have Heat Rock like set up Sun in the raid. It was just so silly willy. So we're gonna have to figure that out. To get a Heat Rock, that'll be like a pretty big priority today, and then Jimmy runs and like Amulet coin farming and some of the basic grinding stuff, Everstones at some point. But I'm excited to jump in the grinds today on the Iron Man account. Hopefully I'll see us with this Breloom catch very soon as well. All right, we have our Breloom catch. I've been sitting on it for a second here. Adamant nature, really, really good nature. It actually has a really relevant hidden ability in Technician, so Technician Breloom can be really relevant. Really good stats except for the attack, but it's female, so we could breed this up to be a Breloom. I don't remember if I have a good PvP or PVM Breloom. This might be the one we turn into one. If I can just breed, if I can Everstone this, breed attack nature, add IV onto it, this should be a perfect Breloom in one breed. That's a perfect catch. Let's go get to our Jimmy run. We have some Pokeyen to earn, fellas. All right, here is another day, another Jimmy run on the Iron Man account. I'm going to go ahead and pop my Amulet coin now. We are using backup Water Spout Blastoise and my Gardevoir. I'm hoping to get a decent run here, starting at 1.17 million Pokeyen. This is Jimmy run number 75 in total on the account as well. Alrighty, fellas, our Jimmy run is done, ending at almost 1.4 million Pokeyen. I've been good about just not spending that much Pokeyen recently and just keeping the passive Pokeyen train going. I'm not going to do a trainer run today, just Jimmy run. I think just Jimmy run every single day is enough to sustain our Pokeyen, as long as we don't spend it like crazy on some breeding in this episode, which is the plan to not do that, hopefully. So next up, I do want to go for a Heat Rock, which I think is going to be over in like this Lava Ridge area. I need to look for a Time Swipe Horde of Torkoal and then Frisk and Thief them. All right, we got a... No, it took a while to get a Frisk Thief on a Torkoal Horde. We finally got one, and it was a chart. I mean, I'll take an extra charcoal, to be fair. Those can be used in the future for, like, fire gems and things like that. So it's not a bad thing to get. I'll take an extra charcoal. But I was definitely hoping for a heat. I don't know how rare the Heat Rock is from the Torkoal. It's probably not that rare. I've had to do a few different inventories here. So I do have to run all the way back to the PC and come all the way back up. But I need to, like, heal my sweet sense. Okay, we thiefed an item. This battle has been so difficult. So show me another charcoal. No Heat Rock yet. I set a timer now. I've probably been here for about like 20 minutes already, trying to figure out how to get one Heat Rock. We have another encounter with 2 Frisks. We had so there's 2 different items here. Hopefully we get something. Hopefully one of these is a Heat Rock. Okay, first Torkoal got an item. It's got to be good luck. Charcoal. Okay, charcoal again. Oh no, I actually don't have a... I can't even get the second item. I don't have a backup Thiefmon. Oh, that sucks. I have to just... I also can't run. Oh, okay, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to head back to the PC, heal up, and then get myself Weaviles with Pickpocket in the back to hopefully help this. This is going to be a little bit more of a grind than I expected. This is like 5 minutes. A little bit longer than I expected. Another charcoal thiefed off of a Torkoal. We just keep going. It's been about 10 minutes since I set the timer, and probably like 20. We've probably been doing this for like 30 minutes now. Maybe like 25 minutes. Okay, we got a Pickpocket proc. Yes! Okay, here's the Heat Rock. It only took 35 minutes. 35. Dude, that is the Iron Man classic, the Iron Man specialty. 35 minutes to get myself a Heat Rock, but now I am properly prepped for the future of raids. Once Christmas comes around, I'll be able to actually use my Ninetales and use it, set up Sun. That's actually a huge unlock. I thought it was gonna be faster, but it was definitely worth the grind. Amulet coin farming is the most fucked up thing on an Iron Man account, because you either get 12 amulet coins in an hour or you get 1. I'm currently on the 1 metric. I've gotten 1 amulet coin, and I've been farming here for about like 40 minutes, I think now. We just keep going. RNG should even out eventually, but the servers also go down for maintenance, I believe, in like 5 minutes. Okay, good call from my chatter. I was saying that I couldn't use a teleport mon to didn't have enough space. Weavile can learn Surf. Not exactly the mon I would have expected to be able to do that, but I'll take it. I'm going to teach Surf to one of my Weaviles, and then I can go ahead and head back to the PC, pick up, trade out my Dragonite, my HM Dragonite, for a teleport mon, and it'll speed up things a little bit when I go back to heal every time. Alrighty, fellas, we have another beautiful wintry day on the Iron Man account. I'm going to be peeking out the window, peeking outside to see if it snows. We'll see what happens. We have another gym run to do. I tried to farm amulet coins yesterday, but to no avail. We kept even, I think, maybe like +1. We might be like +1 positive on amulet coins. I was very distracted yesterday, and then the maintenance servers, you know, yesterday was craziness. I did not make nearly as much progress as I would have liked to make, so hopefully we can make up for some of that today. Lock in, actually play the Iron Man account, not just yap, and really work towards some of this progress and work towards that Xmas preparation. All right, Jimmy run number 76 has been completed on the Iron Man account. We're up to, what is that, 1.6 million Pokeyen. I'm pretty proud of the Pokeyen. The cash stat keeps building up, fellas. I do have to go do some boring grinding today. I know, womp womp, boo. I know. Amulet coin farming, Everstone farming, very important stuff. Let's go do a little bit of amulet coin farming first. Okay, I'm actually gonna go ahead and turn off auto replenish PP, because I've wasted 2 Leppas so far, and I'm not, those are extremely valuable. I do not want to be consuming those by accidentally clicking the 3 key. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off that setting. A good idea for certain Iron Men out there if you want to do the same thing. I think I've literally gotten, for reference, I think I've gotten 8 Quick Claws in this. I think I've been at this for about an hour now, maybe a bit less, I'm not sure. I've gotten like 8 Quick Claws and 2 amulet coins, which honestly, I mean, I'll take 2 amulet coins to be fair, but what is my luck recently on amulet coin farming has been in the gutter, which is honestly deserved because this account has been so fucking lucky. So it's honestly RNG evening out. We'll take it. I never even thought about that. Someone in my chat said 124k sitting right there with the amulet coins, or not the amulet coins, the Quick Claws. I didn't even think about that. I could just sell these Quick Claws, which I might do in the future, about 1,000 Pokeyen a piece to a Pokemart. I have 124 Quick Claws. I do not need all those. You know, I could sell like 120 of them really easily. And then I'm up to 11 Amulet coins. I could probably stop here, but if I'm enjoying the grind and I'm in the pattern, I want to just keep going. You can never have enough Amulet coins on an Ironman account, I feel like, unless you have like a ton of Riches Charms, which I am curious to see. Riches Charms, all the charms were really difficult to get during the recent Halloween event for me. I'm curious to see how much easier they will be, hopefully, in the Xmas event. If they're easier to farm, like the nicer bags, that would be insane for the account. Alrighty, fellas, we are on the Ironman account on a new day because we have a catch event today. It's been a crazy time in the PokeMMO community, and I kind of forgot about that, so my apologies. I've been distracted and just kind of overwhelmed by the holiday season, as I'm sure a lot of us are. But we have the Cubchoo catch event that begins with like Christmas, the Christmas themed catch event today at 1 p.m. It's in about 8 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and get set up. It's over at Twist Mountain in Unova, channel 1. You can catch Cryogonals and Cubchoos over here, and there is a nature bonus of +3 for admin, +3 for modest. I think this is just an event where I'm going to bring a synchronized Pokemon just in case, but this might be an event where I'm just ball swipe sporing, Pokeballing, but we'll see if it ends up being like a nest ball or quick ball type event. So we'll have to calculate. I'm sure Cryogonal has tough catch rates is the main thing, but it's also probably pretty rare to find, versus Cubchoo is going to be like probably a pretty common encounter, and then we might build a quick ball or nest ball that. So we'll count things out once we're over at the location. Okay, quick ball Cubchoo catch rate is still 78%, which is kind of a good thing because then I don't have to worry about quick balling this event. That means I can just go ahead and fall swipe, spore, and catch everything safely. We can use dust balls. Most likely, it's probably going to be inside it's deep in the cave, I believe. So we're going to use we're not going to synchronize lead because leading, synchronizing, and switching to our Breloom every time is just not worth the time in my personal opinion, especially for a +3 boost. This event's going to come down a lot to who just catches the highest IV Cubchoo. It's really going to be that simple. I don't know if we need to go to a specific part of the cave, but I'm going to be fall swipe with my Breloom, fall swipe spore, Pokeball probably. Let's go double check the calc on that, but that's probably the strat. Okay, fall swipe spored Pokeball Cubchoo is 94% catcher. That's good enough. What's Cryogonal? Let's see. Cryogonal 19. Okay. So I'm guessing even with Dust Ball Cryogonal, we're gonna prep a Cryogonal for this start of the event, which is perfect. So Cryogonals are just gonna be a tough catch. There's not a whole lot we can do about that. It's gonna be fall swipe, spore, dust ball. Most if it like stays asleep, we can switch to dream ball or some shit, but Cryogonals are just gonna be tough. Thankfully we don't have to go that deep into the cave. It should just be at this spot, I believe. There's a lot of people here. I tried to switch to channel 1 and it was full, so there are a fair bit of people participating in this catch event like so early on. It doesn't even start for like 2 more minutes, so we're a little bit early. We're getting our catch prepped though, which is pretty important. We're gonna go ahead and get we have our dust ball actually pinned, which is sick. I'm also gonna go ahead and try to register my Pokeball. Beautiful. So we have both Pokeballs we will need for this event registered in our new battle hotkey bar, which is cool. All right, the event has officially begun. Good luck to everybody. This is our first Pokeball, hopefully our first catch. It's a 50% chance that if we catch this, it's good luck for the rest of the event. Okay, we hit the first coin flip. The first coin flip has been achieved. Calm. It's terrible. That's okay. We get rolling. Ooh, I've had a few catches. I'm like getting close, man. 142. There's 20 minutes left in the event, 19 minutes left. This is like a pretty good catch. Not quite placing or like, I think this event is gonna, I think first place, I'm guessing first place will be like 171, maybe 172. Second place, I'm gonna guess 169, 170. Third place, I'm gonna guess is a little bit lower, like 166, 168. That's my guesses. And then fourth place will probably be about 20 to 18 is my guess. The catch event has come to a close. Our best catch was a Cryogonal 142. It would get +3 for the speech bonus, I think. So like it's a 145. I'm not gonna submit it. It's not gonna win. And then I also have a Cubchoo that is 44. So that's my highest catch, my lowest catch. Nothing worth submitting here. A few breeders, I'm gonna go ahead and sort through by the 1x31s. Any Cryogonals, I'll probably just release. I don't think I'll need a good Cryogonal anytime soon. And they can only breed with other Cryogonals, especially like a 31 attack Cryogonal. Hilariously, my highest catch is going to be deleted, like released here in a quick sec. All right, from this cave we only got 4 breeders, which is honestly kind of ideal. I don't really want to get that many new breeders right now. My boxes are pretty full, so as always we're gonna move these over to our breeders box, which I think gonna make it a little bit, I don't like the overflow. That is sad to see. Hopefully we can work on that hopefully soonish, but things have just been really crazy busy with holidays and the Christmas guides and like that coming up. So I'm gonna go ahead and release these all go into the void. I'll see you later. Thank you for your hard work. See you, soldiers. Rest in peace. Yo, 4th place, we got an Iron Man winner. Congrats, Iron Sega, with the 4th place win of 21 points. Hell fucking yeah, dude. Congratulations. 3rd place with a 166. I said I would guessing it would be a little bit lower. We'll see. 1st place might be kind of crazy. This one had a really crazy catch. 3rd place, 166. Congratulations to Is Lizzie. Sorry if I butchered that. Congratulations to you. Also caught so early on in the event. Congratulations. 2nd place, 169. Marky G. Nice and clean. Congratulations. Congratulations. And then 1st place, look at the difference. 1st place was a 177. So Dardster caught a fucking demon. Well, I thought it was like a lower-ish, like 166, 169, and then the jump to 177. Bro won the event by fucking 3 different placements. Like, that's, congratulations, Darts. That's an insane catch. Congrats to everybody who participated, everybody who, you know, went for it. Good luck on your future catch events. Another catch event completed on the Iron Man account. It just takes one catch event every so often, and hopefully we make some good progress along the way. All right, it's been a weird time on the Iron Man account, a weird time in the PokeMMO community, so very, you know, my greatest apologies for all these scattered clips, but we're on the way to an alpha Lickilicky spawn, and there's actually a dust Pheno over here. I could tell because it's making this little pitter-patter noise. Let's see if I can get it on camera. You hear that little noise when a Pheno is nearby, and it's not something I normally notice, but I went ahead and saw it over here. So I'm going to try to, I have to smash this rock first. We're going to smash this rock. We're going to do this Pheno just because getting access to more mysterious gem clusters, a Lucario Pheno, sure, but the mysterious gem clusters are really nice on the iron. I did end up using a few of them recently for the Halloween raids. All right, there's our Lucario catch. Came out modest nature with honestly fine enough stats, but it'll probably get released for box space. The more important thing is that gem cluster. Now onto that alpha spawn. It actually despawns in like 10 minutes or so, so I'm going to try my best to rush over to it. But I also need to get ready for and prep for and kind of go live on stream here as soon as possible. So we have a lot to do today. But thankfully, we made it over to the swarm just in time. I'm going to go ahead and trigger my encounter, get ready to go live, and then see you guys in like 20 minutes when I can finally catch this thing. I don't know about you guys, but the holidays have me all kinds of fucked up. I love the holidays. Don't get me wrong. I love it so much. But this year, the older I get, the busier it becomes. But as I always say, I'd rather be busy and active and have goals to do than sitting around aimless and frustrated. Busy is always better than boredom in my book. All right, there's our alpha Lickilicky catch on the Iron Man today. I'm excited for our, 2x31 monster egg group breeder, HP and speed. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to dig myself out of this cave, go get prepped and ready to do my Jimmy run, put myself closer and closer up to that 2 million Pokémon mark. And I would love to breed, I'd love to try to breed a real good Xmas event Pokemon today. I finally compiled a list of every single Christmas raid Pokemon that I used last year on my main account so I can really start cross-referencing. I finally did the research. I can cross-reference what I need on the what I need to build on the Iron Man account to be Christmas event ready. Alrighty, fellas, it is gym rerun time. Our Pokeyen stack is continuing to grow. We're popping down to 10 amulet coins. Pretty happy with that. This is gym rerun number 77, I believe. 77. I love being able to track this, dude. 77 on the account. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I haven't talked about this too much. One of my favorite new things. This is, I think, for main accounts, I don't know, it's just like a fun little thing. But for Iron Man accounts, I think it's really cool to see. You with the new encounter counter, the fact that you can see all of your wild alpha encounters, I think is actually like super sick. I think that's actually like so good. Being able to clearly see how many like I've caught 13 alpha dittos on the like what? That feels insane. That feels so high. There's been a lot of alpha ditto spawns recently in PokeMMO. Speaking of, it's so sick in my ability to look through and like see like, oh yeah, the shiny rate's 1 in 30,000. The odds of hitting a Shalfa, you know, and just really go through and see all the alphas you've encountered. I think it's really fucking cool, man. I love it, dude. And click total. Yeah, I think it's really beautiful. All right, our gym rerun is coming to an end here. We're going to be at we're almost at 1.9 million Pokemon, which feels pretty darn good. Our Amulet coins is like 40 seconds or so. I'm excited. After this run is over, I'm going to officially go, like, legitimately start breeding my first Pokemon that I potentially will need for the Xmas raids and the Xmas event in general. I think it's really just, like, all my prep for the Xmas event is going to be, like, saving up Pokeyen and, like, building the raid mons. There's so many Xmas raids, and they are decently more difficult, in my opinion, than Halloween raids. There's going to end up being like 14 to 15 total Xmas raids, 12 normal raids, and then Jirachi after that, as well as a potential alpha legendary, like an alpha Suicune raid or an alpha Entei or Raikou, something like that, or just a different raid in place of that alpha Suicune raid, which happened last year. Now, I'm now going to cross-reference my list and see what I have versus what I need and try to start working on a good Xmas raid mon that I don't have. All right, this is actually secret memes. I have not even released the raid prep video, which has been made using this document, this list. This is the list of all the physical attackers that I have compiled that are needed for the Xmas event raids coming up. So I'm just going to go through and just see which ones I have, which ones I don't. Like Darmanitan, I believe I have a good Darmanitan on the Ironman account. So yep, I'm good. I have 2 different Darmanitans. I'm good there. Next up, Gallade. I believe I have a very, very good Gallade. Next up, Blaziken. I don't need to go through like each one, but I believe the first mon that I don't have here is a good Golurk. I'm gonna check. I might have a breeder. Let's see. We have an alpha Golurk over here, as well as a Golurk over here with 31 speed. Okay. I'm gonna see. There's a good chance that I just end up breeding this Golurk into a good one versus the alpha one for now, because I'd like to keep the alpha status if I'm gonna breed an alpha Golurk, you know, which would require alpha Dittos, and I don't know if I need the, I don't need the like no guard hidden ability, so I think I'm probably going to just use this. We could put 31. We need other Golets or Golurks and Dittos to breed this, so it is a little bit complicated. I'm gonna first start things off looking for a 31 attack IV Ditto, or we'll see if we can get a breed with the alpha, but I doubt we will. Okay, I have 3 breeds that I have set up that I want to go ahead and get rolling. This one is the weirdest one. I am going to try to breed my alpha Golurk with this alpha Ditto. It's going to make it 3 times 31, 31 def, speed, and HP. The attack is going to get lowered. I'm hoping that it at least medium rolls. If it low rolls, that would be decently devastating and really unfortunate. This is mostly just to work up my alpha Golurk. I really want to keep the alphaness on this Pokemon because it is a Halloween specific, like Halloween limited alpha raid mon. So I really like the exclusivity, the collectability on it on the Ironman account. So I am going to breed this just to sort of work on that. But I think I can go ahead and go through with this. But I have a different breed, another different Golurk breed that should be a lot more guaranteed. And if this one comes out bad, it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and put a speed brace on this, which I happen to have this Golurk in my boxes, thankfully. And then I have this Ditto, which is 31 attack. Perfect. So breeding these together, I'm going to get a 2 times 31 Golurk, 31 attack, 31 speed, random nature. It could randomly roll. If it rolls adamant or if it rolls lonely, adamant, naughty, I'll just keep it as is. It's fine. But with this Ditto is a backup if it does not roll adamant, lonely, naughty. Like I have this Ditto to go ahead and finish up the breed. So we should be with these 3 mons, we have a guaranteed raid ready Golurk. So let's go ahead and go through with this as well and hope for maybe an adamant roll, but if not, it's totally fine. All right, a few minutes later, our 2 Golurks, both Golurks have hats. Let's go check them out over the PC. I think our alpha one rolled quirky. That's okay. And we at least, I'm happy we medium rolled attack. That's all I wanted to at least do. In a future breed, we'll either try to high roll up this attack or like 31 defense or just go for 31 attack. This will be a long running Pokemon to actually get to like be where I would need it to be essentially. But now this breed, we can go ahead and finish up. We can Everstone, this Ditto, and then I believe, what was it? Speed brace, this Golurk, and then after this we will have a 31 attack, 31 speed adamant nature Golurk, which will be perfect for PVM and raids. Here is what it looks like. I'm going to put it in a luxury box. I love putting finished product, finished raid mons over in my favorite type of Pokeball, PokeMMO. Beautiful. We'll have to do some EV training and XP training possibly today. We'll probably have some good time for that. All right, next up, heading back to our list, what do we want to go ahead and train next? I don't think I have a good Mamoswine. Yes, I do not have. I would love to make a good Mamoswine. I'll have to check Swinub breeders, Piloswines I might have sitting around. No, I have 2 Mamoswines. These are the only Pokemon I have in the entire species line in my entire boxes. I think I've tried to also like finish the, yeah, this one's adamant nature. This one's adamant. And it just needs, this one, okay, is really close to being a done breed. If I have caught enough field egg group alpha males, I might be able to finish up the Mamoswine. That would be fantastic. Okay, it's pretty tight, but I think I found the best option for this Mamoswine. I believe it's this Linoon. And it's a little awkward. This was actually caught with like 3 months or so ago. It's a little awkward because it's 3 times 31 and I breed with 221. So I'm like, but I want to Everstone. The whole point is I want to Everstone my Mamoswine because it already has the adamant nature onto it, right? And then I'm going to have to attack brace the Linoon. So I'm Everstoning the adamant. I'll just show you guys a really quick tip. But I'm Everstoning the adamant nature. Going to attack brace the Linoon because I really need that attack. Cannot. Yeah, I most likely will medium roll 30 speed. I'd really like to have 31 speed. Like 31 speed is actually really important on a Mamoswine. because it's at that speed, just like 80 speed, which is just so competitive in terms of a speed tier. You really need to be faster than certain things, but you also have access to ice. Is it ice? Not Ice Spear. What am I thinking of? Ice Shard, the priority move. So like there are, you know, there is some workarounds around it. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm gonna make it female. I'm able to keep the alphaness, which I'm pretty happy with. I want to do that when possible on an Ironman account. 31 HP, 31 attack, guaranteed. Defense, if it medium rolls 18, pretty happy. Spadef could medium roll or even high roll here. And then speed is going to be the biggest, I think, roll here. So let's just... Do I need any egg moves on this? Wait a minute. Before I... Wait. No, I do not. Okay, I wanted to double check really quick, but okay. Let's go ahead and go through this breed. I'm going to put it in Electri Ball because it probably should be done after this. Let's see how it comes out, fellas. Okay, I'm waiting for some eggs to hatch, but the next Pokemon I would actually go for is a good Poliwrath, which is a good, like, water and fighting type Pokemon under rain. The problem is, not only do I not have a competitive Poliwrath, I also don't have a good breeder. As you can see, I have a Poliwag that's female with 31 special attack. This is a physical attacking Pokemon. That I can't use anything with that at all. And then I have this Alpha Poliwag, which is 3 times 31, but also one of the stats is instant attack. So, like, I'd have to go catch some Poliwags or Poliwhirls from scratch to even start that breed, and I don't want to do that right now. That may be a future activity. I've already checked the other ones. Mienshao, I believe I have a Mienshao. Next up would be Mienshao on the list. Next up would be Weavile. I believe I have some... Well, okay, I have Pickpocket Weaviles, but I don't know if I have an actual, like, raid-ready Weavile. That might be a good one to shoot for. Do I have any Sneasels? I have no Sneasels. Okay. I'm gonna have to write these down. Those would be fantastic mons to shoot for proper ones for in the future. Okay, after going through the entire list, I'm only missing Golurk and Mamoswine, which I'm currently breeding. This is also physical attackers. I haven't even gotten special attackers or utility Pokemon. I'm also missing Poliwrath and Weavile. I'll have to work on those in the future. I actually have this Baynet that if I want to use it for raids, it's kind of an optional one. You can do Baynet. I'm also going to build a Skuntank potentially, but this one's ready to be EV. It just to be EV trained. It's like it's a physical nature. It's lonely. This will work for what I need it for raids. You know, it doesn't need to be perfect. And then next up, I need a Skuntank is the one thing that's kind of like mentioned. I don't think I have any stun tanks or stunkies. Let's check. Do I have any stunkies? Nope. So that will be one. I'm making a new list. I'll show you guys that in a quick sec of all the raid mons I'll still have to make, of course. All right, but on to our egg hatches. Let's go check it out. We have our Adamant Golett, 2 times 31. Perfect. And then how did our Swin Up turn out? Did we high roll? Wait, did we high roll the defense and the Swin Up? I think this is a high roll, and I think this is a high roll. Oh, we medium roll. This is so beautiful. Never unlucky. Dude, this is so good. Oh my. GG never punished. Yes. The Iron Man luck continues. Oh my. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. It goes over the trim. I think now we've made enough mons where it's time to finally go EV train. Let's get our full list done first. All right, and after hours of research, comparing, compiling, and figuring out which raid mons I still need on the Iron Man account versus the ones that I already have on, you know, I'm saying the Iron Man account many times, but I'm missing Golurk and Mamoswine, which I actually just bred, so I can go ahead and delete those off the list. I will have to, of course, EV train and XP train those, but those are coming. After that, we have to work on eventually a Poliwrath, a Weavile, a Skuntank, a Vanilluxe, and a Torkoal. Those are the 5. I'm missing 5 raid Pokemon essentially on the Iron Man account before I'm fully ready for Xmas, and we still have 21 days until the event drops. So we are very ahead of schedule, but let's still go ahead and get to work. All right, before we go do our EV train, I want to go EV train. Before we go do our EV training, we do have an Alpha Azumarill catch quickly over. I just misclicked F2. We have an Alpha Azumarill catch over here at Tojo Falls and Johto. Hopefully we can catch this still after that mistake. Whoopsie. All right, our Alpha Azumarill was caught. 2 times 31 attacking speed, fairy egg group, and water air, I believe. Really good egg group, really good stat placement. I will take that. Alrighty, fellas, it is time to do some EV training and XP training on the Iron Man account. I'm going to start things off by EV training these 4 Pokemon. I don't have 5 quite yet, but I have this beautiful Swinub we just bred. That is Adamant Nature, 31 attack, 30 speed, 31 Spadef, which high rolled, the 21 defense, which high rolled, and then 31 HP. I'm really excited for this. And we also have our Golurk eventually, 31 attack, 31 speed, Adamant. Very simple but good raid Pokemon. We have this Baynet that I happen to have that I want to go ahead and EV train 2v2 attack, 2v2 speed, and potential for a good slower ghost type physical raid mon. which was used last year for like the Gardevoir raid, if I recall correctly. And then we have this Crawdon, this is literally the best wild catch I've had on the account by far. This is ludicrous. This is an insane Pokemon. Adamant nature, caught in the wild, 31 attack, 31 speed, 31 everything except for 30 defense. Just an unbelievably perfect. It cannot get more perfect. This is an insanely, you don't see wild Pokemon like this. It's so crazy. It's going to be missing Aqua Jet is the only sad thing, but we can make it work still in PVM. I'm going to utilize it very well, hopefully. Let's go ahead and start our speed EV training over at Poliwag at Mount Silver for some good XP along the way. All right, this should be the final speed EVs. There we go, 2v2. Time to move over to attack EVs on all 4 of these Mons. We have had a few Twitch chatters name some of our newly found raid Pokemon today. Someone just named our Crawdon Eugene H. Krabs. We also had someone name our Mamoswine, Manfred, and then Frankie is going to be our Golurk. So if you want to name, like permanently affect my Iron Man account, my raid Pokemon, you know, these utility Mons, you can watch me on Twitch. You get free points just for watching the stream. You can redeem those points and permanently nickname some of my Pokemon within, you know, any reasonable boundaries. All right, we ended up finishing our EV training, albeit being a few days later, but that's okay. Now it's time to get these 4 Pokemon raid ready, which usually requires getting them up to around level 80, and I have to get them above that. We can do that in the future, but I'm going to go get prepped for some casual XP training. All right, we are over at the Johto spot over at Mount Silver, the best XP training spot in PokeMMO, if you happen to not know. We're going to be using our Choice Spec, special attacking, you know, modest Rampardos. Then we're going to be XP training specifically these 4 Pokemon. The Banette and the Crawdon are really close to being ready. Just level 80. I'm going to go ahead and stop with them there. So only a few levels for them. But the Golett and the Piloswine do have a while to go. And this is one of those situations where I'm super glad I have some of these lucky eggs stocked up. I have 6 of them left so far. All right, and then exactly 1 hour, 1 lucky egg. We're down to 5 lucky eggs. Here we are. We ended up doing exactly what we wanted to do. We got all of these Pokemon up to level 80, like just barely. I was able to put a little bit of extra XP into the what's it called? The Piloswine. I did forget. I think I made a mistake actually now that I'm looking back. I forgot to teach him Ancient Power. You need to actually take advantage of that. Yeah, I should have let him learn that. I need him to do Ancient Power because to evolve, you need to have him know Ancient Power and level up. So I'm gonna have to fix that at some point, but that's okay. That'll cost some hard scales, but not a big deal. And here we can add essentially 4 new raid Pokemon to our roster all at once. That feels crazy. 4 new raid Pokemon just like that. Whew. Permanent PC spaces headed in the boxes. Unfortunately, our comms box is just entirely too full. One day I'm gonna have to try to make a second one, but for now we'll just go ahead and throw these in here. Some new powerful Pokemon to add to our box. Maybe like I guess throw them down here. We could try to organize at some point potentially. We do have some other like finished raid mons like this Xatu. This Xatu will end up being useful actually against, I believe, the Salamence raid. There was a specific raid that needs Magic Bounce Xatu with Tailwind access. But that's it for me for tonight. It is very late. I'm stumbling over my words. I'll probably see you guys on a morning very soon for a Jimmy run. All right, it is Saturday morning. Feeling pretty good after getting those 4 new raid-ready Pokemon added to our roster. That feels pretty darn good if you ask me. But now it is time to do a Saturday morning Jimmy run. We're currently sitting at 10 Amulet coins. A few players have actually been speculating that Amulet coins or like certain item farms might have been like secretly nerfed. It's hard to tell if there's any truth to that or if it's just anecdotal experience. Personally, I definitely have had a really hard time finding Amulet coins, and that would be a really like a huge deal, huge massive deal to Iron Man account if there actually was some sort of change in that way. We'll have to just wait and see and do more data. But Amulet coin farming is definitely one of the tougher things I have to do right now on the account. It just takes so long, it feels like sometimes, to get these Amulet coins. And I've gotten very, very few Richest Charms from events so far. I'm hoping these Richest Charms are a bit easier to get upcoming in the Xmas event. If I can get like 20 to 50, even just like 20 to 30 would be amazing. That's a month. Like if I can get 30 Richest Charms, that is 1 month of Jimmy runs handled. And also when you calculate it, like, so current, let's do some quick maths. Let's do the difference between my current Jimmy run and the Richest Charm. So currently I make about 250,000 Pokeyen. If I'm on like an actual good pace, I can make 250k. I often get lazy and don't hit that, but that's fine. Now we get about 13,000 Pokeyen, I believe, per trainer currently when using the Amulet coin strategy. So if you take this 250k and divide it by 13k, we can get an idea of how many gyms we're doing. So we're doing about, it's actually off the calculator, but we're doing about 19 to 20 gyms, about 20 gyms within the hour. So if we take that number, 20 gyms times then 17k, I believe is the Pokeyen. It's around, obviously, we're just guesstimating, around 17,000 Pokeyen per gym trainer with the 100% boost. That would be a 340,000 Pokeyen. So we would literally make 90k more Pokeyen, which is like, oh, like not half a Jimmy run, but like 40%. We would make so much more Pokeyen by popping Riches Charms, 340k every single day versus 250. And on top of that, it saves us the time of not having to go farm the Amulet coin. So I really do want to put a high priority. I'm kind of underestimating. Maybe I should have tried to do hard mode more, honestly, looking back. But it's just one of those things. There was so much going on. I would love to try to grind for some Riches Charms in the upcoming Xmas event as much as humanly possible. But we're going to go ahead and stop yapping and start getting some Pokeyen. This is Jimmy run number 78 on the account. It's cool to push towards number 100, even though we're pretty far away still. All right, the Jimmy run is coming to a close, and we are back over that 2 million Pokeyen mark, and that feels really cool. All right, but post our Jimmy run, we have to figure out what is next, and I do have a new compiled list of all the raid Pokemon that I still need on the Ironman account, as we can go ahead and see here, especially like Vanilluxe. Vanilluxe is really one that I want to go ahead and work on. Skuntank and possibly Weavile, I could be a little lazy on. Maybe Skuntank for the most part, but Poliwrath, Weavile, Vanilluxe, and Torkoal especially, I think 4 out of 5 of these are definitely a must. And I do also want to go and actually check my PC, check my boxes to see if I have a physical Rampardos, an Archeops, or a Porygon Z build. As someone in my Twitch chat recently, thankfully, I forget who told me, but thank you and shout out to you, reminded me to check out for these Mons because they were used for the Jirachi 5-star raid last year. And I was like, well, wait a minute, I don't think they were used for that. And I remembered I was doing research for the normal Jirachi raid, not the Jirachi 5-star. I did not do the Jirachi 5-star, like the upgraded raid on my main account last year, so I don't have experience with that. So first things first, I want to go ahead and double check just to see what I have. I feel like I might have a physical Rampardos. I know I obviously have that special one. Yes, I did luckily end up building this adamant 25 plus attacking speed. So I do have a physical Rampardos. I probably can go ahead and cross that off this list. That's fantastic. Next up, Archeops and Porygon Z. Let's go double check for those. At this point, I have so many raid mons, I forget what I do have. I thought I might have had, yes, an Archeops. I'm pretty sure I actually put a lot of effort into this, if I recall correctly, making sure I got Head Smash onto it, the egg move. So yes, we do have ourselves an Archeops. And then Porygon, I know that I have a bunch of Porygon breeders, but I don't know if I ever ended up making a proper, it looks like I do have. This could absolutely become a Porygon Z. It's missing that defense, level 80. Oh yeah, that could be really nice though. That might be exactly what I want. All right, so we actually should be prepped for Jirachi 5-star. How crazy is that? Wow. I go ahead and delete all this. And then next up is just these few Pokemon. All right, but because I am deeply uninterested in farming any of these Pokemon right now, I always try to advocate for playing PokeMMO in a way that sounds fun for you in the moment. There are so many different activities you can do within the game. Make sure to take advantage of that. So instead, I'm going to do something that is really helpful to the account, really beneficial, but still sounds enjoyable to me. And that's going to be Everstone farming. Specifically, Everstone farming is really cool. It's not the most exciting thing in the world always, but it's really fun and cool because it's a really good way to shiny hunt at the same time. I would love to shiny hunt right now. I would love to go for a shiny Boldore. This is kind of a way for me to like be a little like cheat code with it, right? I can essentially shiny hunt, have the fun that I want while also making progress towards the account, you know. And yes, I'm not going to be getting, you know, the most amount of encounters per hour, but it's still pretty good. I love this location over here. I'm gonna make sure to unbind, teleport, and fly so I don't actually leave this location on accident, because you head over to this house really quick to heal. I've shown this method many times on video in the past, and if you're watching this series, hopefully you've watched everything up until this point. So I'm not going to show exactly how this works, but I will see you go over, guys, at the cave. And let it be known, I'm starting this grind at exactly 4 Everstones, so we're extremely low on Everstones when I'm starting this, and also at exactly 1,200 hours played. So that's a really cool screenshot and beautiful moment right there, man. I love hitting those on the dot. That is honestly super rare. And I have reached over 10,000 encounters. You might have already noticed that if you're a very attentive viewer. Shout out to you. I am over 10,000 encounters now on the encounter counter. Shiny Boldore slash Gigalith, if you don't know, is a fucking gorgeous Pokemon as well. I would be absolutely honored to get one of these one day, which hopefully if I shiny hunt long enough or just hunt for Everstones long enough, which I need a ton of Everstones on the account, like this should happen. This might, I think it's a really good thing in Pokemon or in pretty much any MMO. I did this a lot when I played RuneScape, was having a go-to activity, a default activity. If you load up in the day and you don't know what to do, you know, load up the game, play the game, whatever, you don't know what you want to do that day, have an activity that you can go do without having to like think about it too much. If you have to like if your go-to activity is play PvP, but then you don't have a PvP team built that you can quickly grab and queue up for, that's not a go-to activity. You have to have something that you can just go grab a few things and go do. So for example, I would probably end up like adding all these mons to a battle box and like having that preset party ready to go and then just heading over to the activity. Having things that you can just go do and constantly make progress on. So things like constantly, like I'll always need Everstones. There's no way. It'd be really hard to have too many Everstones on an Iron Man account. You'd have to reach a point of like literally having hundreds, you know? Even then, like I think 500 is the number that I think of. If I had 500 Everstones, potentially I would never need one ever again, but that might, maybe like 1,000. I don't know. There's just so many breeds to do in this game. It's pretty hard to run out of the need. My overall point trying to be through all that yapping and rambling that I think this could be a really good go-to activity for me. I think trying to plan this in the future to be that go-to activity would be really beneficial and a lot of fun and cool for shinies and encounters. Oh, whoa, sorry guys, I think I inhaled too much dust in that cave and blacked out or something. How many Everstones did I end up with? What even just happened? 60 Everstones. I went from 6 to 60 for a few reasons. Number one, because I was just in the grind set, in that mood, so I wanted to go ahead and take advantage of it. Number two, grinding Everstones is so much easier than grinding Amulet coins, like ridiculously faster. So I'm pretty darn proud of that. 60 Everstones, that's gonna last us quite a while. All right, it's another beautiful day on the Iron Man account, fellows. We have our Amulet coins to pop, so let's go ahead and abuse that fact. Let's pop our Amulet coin, do our Jimmy run, get our Pokemon up to a healthier degree, and I plan to make more new raid Pokemon today on the Iron Man account. I actually have a list of all the raid mons I have left to make. I think the biggest ones, I'm either going to work on Vanilluxe or Torkoal today. It's kind of crazy that I still don't have a good Torkoal. That being like a really good drought mon is really freaking important. So I think Vanilluxe and Torkoal are the two mons. The weather setters are just kind of you can't really replace those. Like Poliwrath, Weavile, Skuntank, you could get away with not having those. I don't know if you could get away if I don't have them with like a Vanilluxe or a Torkoal, right? So getting access to those mons is pretty freaking important. We're gonna have to see what we can get to today after our Jimmy run. All right, our Jimmy run is now over. We're up to 2.25 million Pokemon. Pretty happy with that. I think I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go find the single encounter spot and go start catching some Vanillites or Vanilluxes. And also thank you Oso for the little the kitty cat on the head. Okay, I'm gonna get my part. Okay, there's a cat on your head. I'm gonna get ready, my team ready to go head over to Vanillites and try to find something with 31 special attack, 31 speed, like modest nature, one of those three things, mild or rash potentially as well. See if we can find something that works with that. All right, it is time to try to farm some Vanillite. I am going to be using a modest synchronized lead Kadabra for this hunt, and I'll be switching back to my false web spore mons, just hoping to catch them that way. I'll also test to see like quick balls or nest balls are worth it, but when catching for a mon like this, I think it's just better to take my time and just catch a good, just switch to the false web mon. It's not like catch event. We don't have to like speed up to that degree, you know, where we're using our Pokeyen to use like quick balls. I don't think it's worth it, but I'm going to get started over at cold storage. There's a few different spots where you can find these spawns, but I think cold storage is probably going to work best for me at a lower level. We'll see how it plays out. Once again, looking for like just something to start a breed. Doesn't need to be perfect wild caught, something to start a breed where it's 31 speed, 31 attack, or modest, and maybe like one of those stats on top of the modest. All right, here's our first Pokeball at our first Vanillite. Let's see how it comes out. I'm gonna sip my tea here really quick while we catch it. Just some simple green tea and honey. All right, looking pretty good. Let's see. Modest nature. Impish. Okay, terrible, but let's see. Okay, that's our first catch. I'll see you guys with anything relevant from this point forward. The Iron Man Petrowski luck continues. Are you kidding me? Dude, this is like my third Vanillite. This is my third catch. 2 times 31. Do we have a breeder? It's also it's female as well. Do I actually have a breeder for this? I'm gonna go check my PC. I don't know if I will to keep the defense stats. I'm gonna go see what we have access to for that. Okay, I'm running some calculations. I think we can go ahead and start a breed. It's going to be a little awkward, and I am utilizing one of my alpha dittos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and Everstone. I'll show you guys the first breed. And then I have a Gardevoir, this fantastic Gardevoir. This being wild caught is also insane. This Gardevoir is going to be the perfect breeder to finish off this this breed, this situation. I'm going to go ahead and Everstone the Ditto. First things first. Spatak Brace the Vanillite. And that should roll like potentially 3 times, probably 2 times 31, and like roll up as well the Spadef. Let's see how this looks. 31 defense, 31 speed attack, 19 to 31 speed def, speed 22 to 25, HP is weird. I think this is the best way to go about it, and I'm getting the modest nature onto it. And then I don't think I need a egg move on them. Let me double check egg moves, I guess. And then, so after this, yeah, I don't need Ice Steel Shard. It's not a physical attacker. So then after this, I would breed with the Gardevoir, and I would brace the speed here, and then Everstone the nature, and that should complete it. That should be good. So I'm gonna go ahead. You know what? This should be. It's gonna cost us some resources, but it should be a completed raid Vanilluxe coming out of this breed. All right, here's our first egg, our first hatch on this Vanillite breed. A lot of rolls here do matter. Modest, we low rolled Spadef. That stinks a little bit, but it's fine. I think now from here, we grab a Gardevoir and continue on the breed and see how we can roll this. All right, this breed should come out looking like this. In a dream scenario, we should at least medium roll Spadef. In a dream scenario here, we high roll the HP. Okay, this does look way better than I honestly expected. This is actually turning out way better than I expected. Defense will be 25 plus. Spadef should be 23 plus. 31 speed, 31 attack, modest nature. This actually turned out really well. The only thing here is the HP. I would love to see the HP high roll here. Even if it medium rolls, it's fine. Low roll would suck, but it is what it is. Let's see how this plays out. Thank you for the egg doctor. Let's go ahead and finish up this breed. We're obviously not here yet, but I kind of get like giddy thinking about it. I love the idea. It's fucked up, but I love the idea of Prismatic Pearl grinding on the Ironman account. Like we will literally reach a point where we're so hyper endgame on the Ironman account where we need to transfer hidden ability access to certain Pokemon or certain shinies, to where I'm going to be like catching bad shinies that I don't, like Tentacles or some shit, or like multiple duplicates of Dodrios or Donphits at the XP trading spot, just to consume those shinies for Prismatic Pearls. Like that is the hyper end game of Iron Man, is catching shinies just to consume them, or catching shinies as breeders for your future breeds, which is crazy. Speaking of, someone in chat has a live shiny Shelter. I would love to come see. That's amazing. Congratulations. All right, my Vanillite did hatch. Let's go ahead and go check out how it came out. We medium rolled HP. I'm happy with this. I'm quite happy with this. 31 speed attack, 31 speed, 20 plus Spadef, 25 plus defense, and then 17 HP. I think this is fantastic. This will end up being my my raid Vanilla. Let's do some EV training and XP training, but let's also make some more Mons before we go train it up. I think next up I want to go hunt for a Torkoal or a Weavile. I think Torkoal is one that I actually really need. So I'm gonna go check the Pokedex. I'm gonna go see where the best spot to go for is. Make sure I grab my Dampmon just in case, but let's go do some Torkoal hunting, fellas. All right, we're gonna try to run into some Torkoals over here at the Magma Hideout. I am gonna attempt to lead with my synchronized relaxed Kadabra. I had to think about for a while, like, do I want to go modest for a specifically PVM Torkoal? Do I want to go relaxed or bold to make it also usable in things like PvP? I think Torkoal is a nichely good mon in certain raids. I think going for relaxed to also make it viable in PvP is more ideal, having it be multi-versatile versus only having it be like slightly more ideal in PVM. So I'm going to go for that personally. I'm going to go for the relaxed. If it's everyone is like a Sun team in PvP, whether OU, I think Torkoal's actually in UU right now, if I recall correctly, but relaxed going to lower its speed, make it more effective in Trick Room, also raise that bulk, and we should be able to hopefully still do enough damage in PVM, enough damage in raids, while also setting up Sun along the way. We caught our first Torkoal. It took us a little bit. Adamant nature, no stats. That's our first Torkoal catch. Nothing to do with it. On to the next one. This might be the breeder that we need. It's like so close to being really good. I'd have to with a Ditto as well, because it is a male Torkoal. It's bold nature, which is actually quite good. The only bad part is you lose rapid spin damage if you go bold like this, which is mostly fine. 29 speed attack, 30 speed. You kind of want low speed, but like high speed's fine for the most part. The relaxed and like Torkoal's base speed's gonna deal with that, 18 defense, we can high roll that. 12 HP, we can brace the Spadef. Like this is like almost, we have to Everstone this. This is like almost there. I'm gonna keep catching Torkoals for a little bit, but it might be an option for a breeder base. Our next Torkoal catch, Calm Nature. This could work if it has decent IVs. I think we're missing way too much there, but it was relevant for a quick sec. Okay, Relax Nature, Synchronized Catch. Not enough stats. That is not going to do it. We do have to get a Quick Break. These Torkoals are like hard to find. Quick Break. We're going to head over to, there's an Alpha Corsola spawn over in Johto. We are at the Corsola spot. Let's go ahead and jump into our fight. We have our Alpha Spinda. I've been remembering, I've built the muscle memory finally of always bring my Alpha Spinda, it feels like, to these Alpha catches. So it's a male. This will be a fantastic Water A, Water C breeder. All right, we caught our Corsola. It's male, so it'll be a great breeder. It's modest. I'll take it. Double 31, nothing like super crazy, but double 31 defenses. Male, water A, egg group breeder. Could be modest. Could keep that 28th attack. I'm very happy with that catch. Oh, this might be it. This might be it. I actually think I can stop. I think this is fine. You'd prefer like plus defense for Torkoal? I think this is the catch. I think we're done. But this is fine. Sassy nature. We just have to. Okay, this is it. Well, let's use a Ditto breeder. We just need 31 Spatak on this, I believe. I think this is done though. I think this is it. That's a huge catch. Nice. That feels freaking sick. Okay, one raid Torkoal coming up, fellas. Low speed is good. All right, I'm gonna look for a breeder for this Torkoal here in a quick second. Before I do, I believe all of these can just go ahead and get released. So to clean up our boxes, just have them out of the way. Thank you for the. We're gonna release these really quick. This is actually quite awkward. I actually don't have a perfect breeder for this Torkoal. So I ended up okay with two situations. I either need to go farm more Torkoals to get a female one or breed up a female one to make it. I probably should have checked those before I released the other ones. Fuck. I either need to go farm more Torkoals or farm more Dittos. Those are the two options. Ditto farming is almost never bad because you always need more Dittos on an Ironman account. So like I kind of want to lean that, even though it would be slow. I don't even know if it would be that much slower. Like Torkoals are. I don't know. But you kind of need like the perfect Ditto. My best pairing is this one. But then I would be using a 2x31 Ditto to make a 1x31. I'd be wasting this Spadef. I'd be wasting the HP would like roll between. I'm gonna save this Torkoal. I'm not gonna, finish it today, I think is the meme. I'm gonna name it not finished. We're gonna put that over here in our trainer box. I guess I want to keep it in mind and prioritize it. And we'll have to work on that in the future. The next question is, do we want to go farm for another Raidmon like Weavile, Skuntank, or Poliwrath, or do we want to go Ditto farm? That's the next question I have to ask. Okay, we still have like 17 days or so before Xmas, so we still have time to figure out our Torkoal breed. We're gonna go ahead and just put it on the back burner and worry about that later. I am gonna go start farming Poliwags. You can farm these pretty much anywhere in game. There's so many locations you can encounter Poliwag at. I am gonna be leading Adamant Synchronized to hopefully get a decent one and look for some sort of physical attack in Poliwrath. Looking for like Adamant plus 25. I like 31 attack, 31 speed, and then bulk is kind of irrelevant for the most part. I don't know. We'll see. I'd love to get one for like multi-use in PvP. It might have an egg move as well. Poliwrath seems like one of those mons where it could need like Mach Punch. Let's go double check though. Egg move. Actually, just kidding. I'm not really seeing anything. So this might be totally fine to just not worry about egg moves for. Okay, I mean, or what the fuck? Or the Iron Man luck can continue, and I can just catch a jolly Poliwhirl on my first catch. What the absolute Poliwhirl and fuck? That's insane. Holy jolly 25 attack, 30 speed. It's not. It's. I agree. You're such a hacker. It's actually not even. Dude, I'll never beat the allegations. It's dude. My fucking holy shit. My luck on the Iron Man account has been insane. That it's the amount of mons I've like caught in the wild, like ready to go. We're gonna train it. We're gonna EV train that. That is ridiculous. Okay, well next up is Weavile and Skuntank. Excuse me. I literally caught almost. I have to finish my Torkoal, but like almost 3. That's so crazy. Almost 3 out of 5 of my raid mons that I have left to get were done today. That's insane. I'm very proud of that progress. I'm probably going to call it for tonight, but that is really. Well, tomorrow we'll come back. We'll do Weavile. We'll try to maybe catch some Dittos for Torkoal. I don't know how long that will take. We'll have to see. It might be a few hours. We'll have to see, but really happy with today's progress for one day. It shows you still have plenty of time to prepare for the upcoming Xmas event. All right, it is a beautiful new day on the Iron Man account. I am officially extremely sick, so sorry if I sound a little bit nasally or I cough at all. I'm going to try to cut that out, but we have an Alpha Gardevoir catch today to start off the Iron Man account. I actually don't plan to do my Jimmy run today. I'm feeling pretty good on Pokemon, so I'd like to not have to worry about it if possible. My goal today, we might get to that if we have extra time, but my goal today is to firstly catch this Gardevoir and then actually stay over near this exact location. I was heading over to Route 216 anyway, so I was about to go farm some Sneasels. The last Raidmon that I might need actually is a Sneasel, or slash a Weavile, right? I do kind of want to go for Skuntank, but the more I've thought about it, the more I've asked myself, do I really want to dedicate a box slot on my Iron Man account to a PVM Skuntank? It's not gonna really, I don't really care to use it in PvP. Like it's only gonna be for like super niche raids, if that. Like I don't know if I really want a slot for Skuntank. I might just try to not build. I might just not build one for like space issues, for PC space problems. So the Skuntank might get Might get skipped, but the Weavile is pretty, a PVM Weavile, a strong, fast, dark, and ice type attacker like that. Weavile is just pretty irreplaceable. It's a really, really cool Pokemon. So I do want to go for a good Weavile, and it's actually also super important that I need very specific egg moves on this Weavile. It does need Icicle Crash, which is an egg move, which I did not know, so I'm really lucky I checked before, you know, properly farming for one, as well as Pursuit is an egg move, which is also pretty important. I could use this Weavile in both PVM and PvP. So that's our job for today, our work for today. Let's go ahead and jump into it on this little sick PokeMMO beautiful day. Okay, we just caught the Alpha Gardevoir with a Dream Ball on turn 7. The Iron Man luck continues. Bold Nature could actually be relevant. Let's see the stats. I've seen a lot of double 31s, 31 defense, 31 speed def recently on Alpha catches. I'm pretty happy with that. Male nature or male gender, I'll take it. Thank you for the emote, Lord Doctor. That is a totally valid catch. Let's go ahead and now head back to the PC, heal up, get our Synchronized Mon. We're going to be using Adamant Synchronize, running south, and looking for some Sneasel catches. Ooh, this is weird. This is my first catch. This is actually quite good. I'm going to go for a few more catches. It's just silly to end this soon. But like, female Sneasel, Naughty Nature, which I would be happy to Everstone and keep, 30 speed IV. The only problem is I would need so many Everstones to like carry over the Naughty Nature multiple times, but I also have those Everstones. So it's like, that's weird. This is a tough one. I almost just want a bad Sneasel as well. What egg group is Sneasel? This might be one of those weird situations where you actually prefer a bad Pokemon to start because you need egg moves. And egg moves, just you have to do multiple breeds to get those. I'm not sure how difficult that's going to be for Crash and Pursuit, but carrying over those egg moves is going to be more complicated if you have a good IV Pokemon. So it's actually better to start with like a shitty IV like female Sneasel, and then maybe I will just try to make this one work. I'm going to go see how we breed over Crash and Pursuit and get back to you guys. All right, so I'm trying to find a field egg group Pokemon that both knows Icicle Crash and Pursuit, and I don't believe that there is one. So I'm looking over at Bulbapedia. Here is the list of Mons that know Icicle Crash. I think we're going to be looking for a male Swinub, Piloswine, Mamoswine, Beartic. Yeah, one of those 3 Mons, I believe, with access to Icicle Crash. And then for Pursuit, we're looking at Rattata, Raticate, you know, Primate potentially. So I'm gonna have to do multiple breeds. If I want Pursuit and Crash on this thing, it's gonna take multiple breeds, so it is gonna be, yeah, looking for a worse Sneasel is actually better. I might not even Everstone the nature here. We're gonna see. I might just play this sloppy and then just breed the stats up later on so we can make sure we get everything, all the egg moves we need from the start. Okay, you do make a good point. I'm not going to do this for this breed specifically, but Lolo Berga in chat said Smeargle can learn both. It's actually kind of genius on an Ironman account to stock up on good IV Smeargles and breed all of your like field egg group, not all, but like a lot of your field egg group breeders onto female or like onto Smeargles, because then you can teach them whatever egg moves they might need. So that's actually like kind of like long-term planning, like hyper endgame Ironman, having your field egg group breeders specifically on Smeargles, like all the IVs, is kind of genius. That's a great point, Spidget. I'm not used to loaded die. It's a newer item for me personally. It's a great point. He's saying Spidget's the PvP king, right? He's like, Icicle Spear, yes, is a wider distribution in the game, but we also have access to loaded dice, where Icicle Crash is like a really good move. Typically, Icicle Crash was the move for Weavile, but there are arguments for Icicle Spear, it seems like now. However, on that moveset, you have to use, what's it called? You have to use loaded die, where you can't use Focus Sash, which was traditionally the move you would, or the item you would see on Weavile, which is really important, but to let it live because it's so frail, right? So there's a really good argument of like, I think the best way to play this is just to breed the egg move onto it of Crash, and then be able to choose between, okay, do I want to run it in PvP? Do I want to run loaded die on it? Do I want to run Focus Sash? Like, as long as I breed the egg move onto it, I can always take the egg move off later on and then put it back onto if I need it. Once you breed the egg move onto a mon, it'll have like a little egg button, like a little icon over here. Let's try and show you guys an example. My Metacham should have that, I believe. Once you breed an egg move onto a mon, you can always reteach it, which is really important. Right here, so you can see my Metacham has the egg moves: Shadow Ball, Calm Mind, Bullet Punch, Bullet Punch. So even if you take Bullet Punch off of this mon, you can actually reteach it, which that's really important. So having it just in case you need it in the line is super, super huge. Okay, I thought this Sneasel was going to be complicated. I'm glad I kind of did my research, because it looks like it's going to be complicated. I do have a Cubchoo, which I can go ahead and level up until it learns Icicle Crash, I believe. We'll have to see what level it learns it at. Let's go double check. Or if I have to like TM it or something, that'd be weird. Does it only get when it evolves? Let's see. Okay, so when this evolves into Beartic, so in 6 levels, this will get Icicle Crash. So we're going to use this male breeder to breed with our Sneasel. We're going to brace the attack IV here, brace the speed IV on our Sneasel, let the nature randomly roll, and then I have to also put Pursuit on this ideally. I don't need to worry about Pursuit, to be fair. Pursuit is way less. Pursuit's decently important, it feels like, for PvP. That would be my guess for Weavile. I'd really like to get it if possible. I'm going to try to... It depends on how this nature rolls. If the nature rolls well, I can use this Rattata breeder for, which would be fantastic. I have to make it male, to be fair. So we'll have to fix this Rattata breed either way before we can really finish this. But this will be a good first step. So let's go. First things first, go XP train this Cubchoo until it learns the Icicle Crash move. All right, there is the evolution. Took a few hordes, but not too shabby. We should get Icicle Crash here. Hopefully, if not, we can hard scale it. There we go. We got it, though. We don't have to waste hard scales. Thankfully, that's huge. Okay, we might have it. We might actually be fully good. I do need to go ahead and go level up this Purloin here in a quick sec. Level up until Pursuit, which it learns at level 15. But the plan is I'm actually not going to brace the speed on my Weavile Sneasel. I'm going to Everstone it. I'm going to attack brace my Beartic. And that's going to make the breed look like this. Where this will come out, Naughty Nature, 31 attack guaranteed. Make sure it's female. Have that Icicle Crash egg move. And then I can go ahead and use this male Purloin with 31 attack, 31 speed. Brace the speed on this. The 31 will cross over with both of the ones that were guaranteed. And then I Everstone the Sneasel again. That's going to leave me with a double 31, 31 attack, 31 speed, Naughty Nature, Icicle Crash, and Pursuit egg moves Weavile. And I don't really care about defensive stats on a Weavile at all. Even in PvP, it's just such a frail Pokemon. It's not really going to live a whole lot. I'm not worried about it. So this will be a perfect Weavile for both PVM and PvP. I'm pretty excited for this. That took a lot of planning and a lot of puzzle solving, but that's what the Iron Man is all about. I'm going to go ahead and go through with this breed. I'll see you guys with the egg hatch. And while we're waiting for the egg to hatch, I'm going to head back over to Johto and do a little bit of XP training, get this Purloin up to the right level that I need it to. It should be around level 15. All right, it only took 1 horde to get Pursuit on this thing, so we already have it. Now it's just time to go ahead and wait for the egg to hatch. All right, here it is. Our Sneasel hatched. Here's the final breed. 31 attack, 31 speed, Pursuit, Icicle Crash, double egg move, Naughty Nature. Here it is, boys. Another PVM and PvP Pokemon added to the Iron Man account permanently. All that's left after this is hatched is going ahead and actually EV training, XP training it. We have a fair bit of Mons. We'll probably move over to EV training, XP training after this one hatches. We have a fair bit of things to go train up today. Our Sneasel is hatched. I try to get a full inventory of a bunch of Mons to EV train. I honestly don't have a whole lot. Like, my main Mons that I'm actually EV training here are just going to be the random Poliwag that I caught recently, as well as the Sneasel. Really proud of both these Pokemon. It'd be 252 attack EVs and 252 speed EVs. And then I am going to go ahead. I just have these Mons in my boxes, and it's one of those things like this Azumarill is Naughty Nature, 31 attack, 31 speed. Like, I'm going to go ahead and EV train this just in case I need to use it in an emergency situation as a high level water type raid attacker, but I kind of doubt that I'll need to. It doesn't have egg moves. It's not perfect, you know, but if I'm going to be EV training anyway, I might as well, sort of situation. Then I have this Growlithe, which is 25 attack, 28 speed, you know, like this is realistically a breeder at the end of the day, but I'm going to go ahead and EV train it just because I can. You might as well EV train as many Mons as you can. It slows things down a little bit with text, but like not really. When you're EV training, you might as well do as many Mons as possible. So we're just kind of out of Mons to EV train, which is kind of a good thing. So let's go start our attack EV training. I'm going to go over to Nidorino today in Kanto. This is a fantastic question from Gim28. Since you've played the Iron Man for so long, like 6 months or so at this point, what are your favorite activities that you miss doing on your main account? And then what are your favorite activities you didn't do while playing your main account, and what's your least? So the thing that I miss the most on my main account is just shiny hunting, the ease of shunting, because you have way less time on an Iron Man account. So like, yes, you can shunt on an Iron Man account. You can't really Lepa shunt as much, like nearly as much. It takes way longer. Like, look at like my processing of all the Pokemon, all the things I caught, all the items I got, all the goodie bags. The processing of all my stuff from the Halloween event took like 30-40 hours of gameplay. Like, processing all of my rewards from the Halloween event took so long, and I had to do all of that before I could get back to shiny hunting or do what I want to do, or even like preparing for the now I'm just preparing for the Xmas event, you know? So like you have less free time on an Iron Man account inherently. So I do miss that on my main account, as well as the thing that I love that I get to do on the Iron Man account that I couldn't really do efficiently on the main account is catching Pokemon. I love catching Pokemon. I love the gameplay loop of catching Pokemon, and we've talked about it a million times. Catching for profit is not as ideal anymore. I can't remember the last time on my main account where I ran back and forth. Like, catch events are fun. When you reach hyper endgame on a main account, most catch events aren't worth doing efficiently. They are fun, but they're not worth doing efficiently, and that feels really bad, right? So, like, I love on an Ironman account, all catch events are super efficient. It's your only way to win RP. So catch events are like super efficient, super encouraged. Catching Pokemon for breeders, always efficient, always encouraged. I think that like basic Pokemon gameplay loop is just really fantastic to have back in my rotation. All right, that is attack EV training done. Look at our Poliwag, our Sneasel. Things are looking good. Time to move over to speed. I might switch out my Mons as we move over to speed. We probably have like our Vanilluxe and stuff can be speed EV trained alongside our physical attackers. All right, it is time for some speed EV training. I think we're only EV training like actually good, helpful tool Pokemon right now. So we have this modest Vanillite, which is 31 attack, 31 speed. It's missing the HP a little bit, but this is honestly a fantastic Vanilluxe. I'm very happy with that. We have our Piplup, our mild Piplup, which is 20 plus in every special attack stat, 27 speed, 24 attack, mild nature. It's good enough for a really solid Empoleon that I didn't have prior for earlier different events. We'll be EV training that in 2v2 special attack, 2v2 speed. We have our Poliwag, which will end up being a Poliwrath, which is currently 2v2 attack. We're going to EV train at 2v2 speed. And then we have our Sneasel, of course, that we just made recently. 31 attack, 31 speed, naughty nature. We're going to finish up with 2v2 speed. So we're going to finish up the Poliwag and the Sneasel will be done. We'll have to XP train them, of course, but XP training after the speed. And these we'll have to do some special attack EV training after this as well. All right, we are done with our speed EV training. Everything's got 252. Time to move on to special attack EV training for Vanillite, the Prinplup, and potentially another Pokemon. I think the Torkoal also gets 2v2, but I'm not sure actually. Well, the Torkoal's not done yet actually. I still have to catch some Dittos or other breeders for that. So I guess for now, there's a question of do we just hold off on that and just go do some XP training or even just Ditto catching? There's a really good question of what's most efficient or what's best to do next. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and hold off on special attack EV training because I need 3 mods. I'm going to end up going 2v2 HP, 2v2 attack on Torkoal to lean it into raids more than PvP. You would just go defense if you want to lean PvP, but it can still be used in both, I think, decently effectively. But the defense or bulk would definitely be better for PvP, but I want it to be more used for raids. Alrighty, fellas, it has been a long time, but I'm excited to go farm Dittos on the Ironman account for the first time in a very long time. It's a very beneficial thing to do on the account. I'm going to turn off my XP reamplifier. I do currently have 162 Dust Balls and 204 Repeat Balls, so once we catch 15 or so Dittos, we can switch over to Repeat Balls. We're going to head over to the spot over in Hoenn because it is not nighttime, so we actually can't go to the spot over in Johto quite yet. I'd love to switch over to that spot at some point, just so you have legendary chance is like the main reason to hunt there, but you can only go there once you have Repeat Ball access or if it's nighttime in game. So we're going to be using, it's been a long time, so I'm honestly going to explain it. I'm going to be using my False Swipe Spore Smeargle with safety goggles with no damaging moves aside from False Swipe. The Dittos should never be able to kill me. You want to use Dust Balls for the first 15 Dittos, and then after that you want to switch over to Repeat Balls. If the Ditto is slept for like 2 turns in a row or whatever, you can switch to Dream Balls every so often as well. I might keybind some of these Pokeballs as well up here with the new hotkey bar that I'm not really used to with like a consistent activity like this. I'm really excited. Good IV Dittos are liquid gold. I'm really looking for a Ditto for that Torkoal. So it needs to be 31 attack and then 20 plus in the defenses, I think is the main, like 20 plus defense, 20 plus def, 31 attack. Ideally like a high 20 plus HP probably matters as well, so I can just Everstone the sassy nature over, but we can work with a few different options. We'll have to see what comes out. We can, if we have to rebreed the nature onto it, if we can breed the Torkoal into a female and then like rebreed the nature in some way, we can fix that later on as well. So let's just go ahead and start catching some Dittos and see what we get. We'll also be able to use a ton of these 1x31s or a ton of these other like good IV Dittos for other things other than just the Torkoal. Dittos are just amazing on an Ironman account. Obviously they can breed with everything. All right, our first catch is pretty darn good. Not quite the breeder we need for our Torkoal, but 31 defense, 20 plus, and like 5 out of 6 stats. Timid nature. This could surely be used for something. I'll take it, dude. Okay, we've caught 2 Dittos. Both have been 1x31, and the second Ditto is modest nature 31 attack. What the fuck is happening, dude? The Christmas luck on top of the Iron Man luck is like doubling up, or we're stacking luck, boys. Dude, another like pretty darn good catch. It's the nature's irrelevant, but 24 plus in every single 23, I guess 23 plus in every single attack stat. I think I've got to keep that Ditto.
Love to see this. Dude, 31 speed Dittos, can never get enough of these. That's actually like liquid gold, dude. Oh, that's so good. Wait. You are fucking kidding. That might be the most perfect, dude. This might be the most perfect Torkoal breeder. Are you kidding me? The Iron Man luck continues. I'm never beating the fucking the cheating, hacking, dev allegations. Dude, what? I've caught like 9 Dittos. What the fuck, Dev Trousty? Okay, let me go show you how this lines up with my Torkoal. Are you kidding me? Okay, dude, this is actually insane. The fact that the 2x31s, the fact that these IVs on this Ditto perfectly line up 31 HP and 31 attack is just ridiculous. Like, that is so lucky. The fact that the first 2x31 Ditto that I catch is 2x31 like this. The only problem here is my Spadef is kind of low, but it should medium roll 20. If it low rolls 19, it's like, it's not great, but it's fine. I wish the defense were a little higher, but this is amazing. This is fantastic. This is going to be luxury ball. This is going to be our raid Torkoal, potentially PVM Torkoal or PvP Torkoal as well, but it's a little on the weaker side, on the frailer side in terms of the defense stats for that. I'm going to double check egg moves, but I don't think, yeah, I'm not worried about those. I think that's our Torkoal breed done. I think that this is the final breed that we need to do entirely for Xmas raids. So let's go ahead and go through with it. That's insane. That I would love to go catch more Dittos or like shiny hunts. That, oh my, what a perfect catch. 9 Dittos in. Dude, I just can't believe that. We're still waiting for our egg to hatch, but look, all these, so 5 out of 10 Dittos were like amazing catches. So this one's going to be a good Spatak breeder in the future. I'm going to keep this one, or just good defense breeders, honestly. I guess it could be either physical or special. So this is a perfect Ditto. Ditto with 20 plus in every stat, minus the attacks. You can make it whatever you need it to be. That's perfect. This Ditto, really solid stats. This Ditto, modest 31 Spatak. And then this Ditto, 31 speed. A lot of amazing Dittos, dude. Did I miss anything? I missed one. Are you serious? Like, that's... This Ditto is also... That's crazy, dude. So many good Dittos. This one you could arguably not keep, but I'm going to try to keep it, I think, for now. These all go over to my breeder's box. And then once this Torkoal is done hatching, we're finished. We have, like, no more breeds to do, at least that I know of or I'm aware of, leading up to the Xmas event. We have everything. We should have an EV train, XP train, and then just shiny hunt, prepare Pokeyen, items, and maybe some amulet coin farming, things like that. We're almost done for Xmas. That's so fucking exciting. All right. Our Torkoal hatched. Let's go see how it came out. Did it high roll Spadef? I think the defense medium rolled. The Spadef high rolled to 21, but this is beautiful, man. I love this Torkoal. We love the ability pillet, which is totally fine to get drought. I might even do that now while I have the Pokeyen, and before I forget, let's just go ahead and do that. It's a good idea. I know that I don't want to head into a raid and it not have the right ability. That would be terrible. But now we can go back. Hello, ability pill. Thank you. Now we can go back to finishing up our EV training and XP training for what we need for Xmas. All right, time for some attack EV training. I'm gonna head over to Gloom, which is over here in next to Fortree City and home. It's really fast. One of the best spots to EV training. It's just so efficient. Part of my reamplifier, and I am EV training for the follow or the raid. What's up, Kuroshi? I am EV training my Prinplup, my beautiful Vanillite / eventual Vanilluxe, and then our Torkoal. These are going to be done after this, but they'll be 2v2s, Spatak, 2v2 speed. The Torkoal still need to be HP EV training, which we'll be doing some HP EV training after this, most likely. But I think we're actually, I got an extra horn. I think we're done Spatak EV training. Yes, we have Prinplup 252, Vanillite, and Torkoal. Now we need to go swap over to some HP. A lot of EV training today, but we're almost done. Let's go over to finish up with our HP EV training. I think that should be the end of it. And then it's just XP training. We still have some lucky eggs to pop for that XP as well. 5 of them. All right, we are at the finish line, fellas. We finally did it. We did so much XP training today through this sickness. I've been coughing and gagging and trying to take cough drops and medicine throughout this stream, but we made it. That's all that matters. We completed it. That is the final raid Pokemon for the Xmas event. Fully EV trained, not ready to go, but like fully EV trained on the Ironman account. All that's left now is a ton of XP training, which will take a few hours. That'll probably be left for tomorrow, but these are just huge steps. It's December 9th as I'm recording this. You're probably seeing this way in the future, but I can't believe how close we are. I thought Xmas prep was going to take a lot longer. The raids are really hard. It's a lot more difficult. You need way more Pokemon. but it's still having the fire, having all the raid mons from Halloween has definitely helped a ton, even if there are still so many new ones to make for Xmas. But that is a huge, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm not sure if I'm doing this order. Huge day on the Iron Man account. Two huge ones back to back. What do you say we start another beautiful day on the Iron Man account, the sick Trowsty Iron Man account? I'm going to go ahead and just pop my Amulet coin. We are doing a Jimmy run today. We didn't do one yesterday. This might be one of the last Jimmy runs I have to do prior to the event season, though. I think getting up to like 2.4 million Pokeyen or 2.3-ish will give me like plenty of yen. I think I'll feel a lot safer. I'd like to stay above 2 mil, and 150k is like just barely not enough, in my opinion, to like comfortably stay above that mark. So I think getting up to 2.3, 2.4 or so would be fantastic. I think 1 or 2 Jimmy runs leading up to Xmas would be plenty. Now, if I can do more, that would be ideal. Like, obviously, more is better. But this is Jimmy run number 79. We can finish with 80 or so. 79, Jimmy run number 79 on the account so far. We are going to be focusing on XP training today, and potentially even, if we get that done, depends how long that takes, potentially even some shiny hunting. I would love to get some shiny hunting done and have some fun prior to the Xmas event. It's December 10th as I'm recording, so we're way ahead of schedule, honestly, which is crazy considering everything going on. I'm just excited for, I'm loving the game, loving PokeMMO, excited to play it on the self-sufficient account. Let's jump into it. All right, we finished our Jimmy run. We are just at the cusp of 2.4 million Pokeyen. It is now time to do some XP training. I have 5 Mons in total to XP train. We have our naughty Sneasel fully EV trained. We have that Poliwag we caught recently that was in the wild, jolly nature, insane. We have our Prinplup. We have our Vanillite, and we have our Torkoal. My goal is to get all of these Mons to level 80, and I'm hoping that's enough. We might go a little bit further, but I'm going to be popping some lucky eggs. I've been loving that I have these lucky eggs from the legendary hunting that I have done. These have been so good. These have been insanely powerful. Let's go ahead and go get started. Some typical Mount Silver XP training. I'm hoping to do like 1 to 2 hours today, and hopefully that's enough. All right, we are 1 lucky egg down. We made some really solid progress. Got all of our Mons, except for our Sneasel, up to level 71, 70, 65, and 71. So I feel pretty confident that in, honestly, less than one lucky egg, we should be able to go ahead and get everything up to level 80, ideally, including the Sneasel, which might be a little, I think it's gonna be close, but like, I don't know, we might have some free time. I think we might actually make it pretty healthy. We'll have to see, though. All right, this is the 4 out of 5 Pokemon are level 80 now. Vanilluxe, Torkoal, and Polion and Poliwhirl all level 80. Also evolves into Poliwrath at some point. The only Mon left now is Sneasel. Okay, our lucky egg is going to come to a close. We're going to be a little short. We got everything up to level 80 except for our Sneasel. It's level 64. We're going to be a little late on this. We have 40 seconds left of egg, but I might be able to passively XP train this while doing some Jimmy runs along the way. That might be the strat. So I think that'll be totally fine. I think that'll just be the strat from this point forward. If I want to go ahead and take some time to just casually XP train off of an egg to finish it up, we can do that as well. But we're going to be like 99% prep for Xmas after this lucky egg is up. Alrighty, fellas, it is another beautiful morning on the Iron Man account, and today's a weird one. It's Thursday. It's the final stream of the week, and we got like all of our Xmas prep done. I am going to be going ahead and just XP training my Sneasel casually here from like 67 up to potentially 80 over here. I'm going to get started, honestly. But what's important today is we're starting at 12,700 or so encounters, okay? Because I want to shiny hunt today. That's my main goal, my main purpose. I want to get encounters, ideally go for like a cute charm shiny. I think I'm either going to head over to Minccino or Jumpluff are my 2 options that I'm thinking of. But I'm going to do some XP training to start and then head over to shiny hunting and just enjoy the game, love the game that I love, and just have fun and talk to chat. All right, I missed the clip just barely, but there is level 80 on our Sneasel, so I think we're just done. I might need a Razor Claw at some point. I might not have one. No, I do. Okay, that's actually sick. Let's see if I can go ahead and use this now, or do I need to level it up with it? I'm going to level it up. Okay, I might get it to level 81 then really quick, just so we can have it. Oh, it's at nighttime. It's okay. We'll have to come back. I'll put it in my PC with the item on it, and I'll just remember in the future to just hopefully work on that. But we're effectively done. I still have to move set and do some like little light work here and there, but we are basically done for the Xmas event on an Iron Man account, which feels freaking amazing. So if I can do it on an Iron Man account, you can do it on a man account. I believe in you. Let's go do some shiny freaking hunting. I want to go to either Minccino, or I'm feeling Minccino. Minccino's less Trubbish. I've wanted a shiny Trubbish forever, but if I fail and get a Minccino, then it's a cute charm Pokemon, and I really would love a shiny Trubbish or Gardevoir, but the Minccino being I really need a shiny cute charmers or cute charm Pokemon in general on the Iron Man account. So let's head over to that spot in Unova. Okay, we're over at the Trubber spot. We're starting here at about 13,000 or so encounters. It should be like 500 encounters per hour, doing ×3 hordes inefficiently, like running back and forth to the PC. We'll see how many we can get, though. Wait, we're in the middle of a little impromptu Shuntathon, and there's literally a random Pheno up here at this exact moment. Are you kidding me? I'm going to go check that. As an Iron Man account, you want all the mysterious gem clusters you can get. I'll take it, dude. Thank you for the call in chat, Daryl. All right, here's that Pheno catch. Just an Emolga. The main thing here is just the mysterious gem cluster. I don't expect any good IVs. That's totally fine. We're just doing that for the cluster. We're gonna keep shiny hunting. We are hosting a Shuntathon like extravaganza. So if you get a shiny near me in game, I hop to the main account and I give you 1,000,000 Pokeyen. I think it's a really fun way to get the community involved and get a bunch of people shunning at the same spot. We've already given away 1 mil. Someone got a shiny Minchino. So we're gonna keep going. We're up to a little over 13,000 encounters on the Iron Man account now. All right, fellas, I think I'm going to go ahead and take a second to change locations. We're going to change up the Shuntathon. I'm still looking for a cute charm Pokemon, mostly on the Iron Man account, but instead, we're going to head over to Black City. And then northeast of Black City, there's a ×5 horde of Jigglypuff up here. I'll show you really quick. I'm going to heal up really quick. But so we are changing locations. We're changing Pokemon. If you want to continue the Shuntathon, you do have to come over to the new spot, the Jigglypuff location. Good luck to everybody showing alongside us, and hopefully we'll see a little pink puffball with some green eyes. All right, it is now post-stream on a late night in the middle of December. Got up to a little over 14,000 encounters today. Nothing too crazy, but just a little bit of nice progress on the Iron Man account as per usual. And I'm looking for some sort of activity to grind while I'm off stream that can make progress towards my shiny hunts, but isn't gonna, obviously get me a shiny. And I like the idea of working towards actually starting to properly fossil farm. This is actually really important and really relevant as well, because one day during Shiny Wars, ideally 2026 Shiny Wars, one of the biggest milestones I'd love to work towards and save up for on the Iron Man account, it'd be really important to have a bunch of fossils to pop for a nice rare shiny. Now, I am literally preparing like 10 months in advance to Shiny Wars. Maybe something more like 8 to 7 months. 7 to 8 months is probably a little bit more realistic. But we're preparing well ahead of time for something like this. That's how important it is. And it's how much you need to get a leg up as an Iron Man account to really have any sort of competitive, not even advantage, but competitive chance at all. Now, I want to go ahead. I actually set up a breed. I have this hidden ability access Dusclops, which I got from the recent Halloween event, which is very, very important. This gives us access to the Frisk ability. Frisk Dusclops, not Dusknoir, Dusclops with Eviolite is actually the best way to go fossil farm over in Sinnoh. I would like to fossil farm in Sinnoh, going for Cranidoses like the Shield and Skull fossils. They're also just one of the best spots to farm. You can go to Turnback Cave and really stay there for an extremely long time. I'll probably go to other locations as well, but I need myself a good Dusclops first. And this thing has 25 plus in all the stats that it needs, 24 plus, I guess, except for we don't have nature. Nature is going to be randomly rolling here. That's not ideal, but we're going to see how it comes out. So I'm going to go ahead and just start this breed so we can see if we need to fix it or adjust it from this onward. And then I'm also gonna go ahead, sorry, once again, it is late, I'm gonna go ahead and do this breed. I've had this breed just sitting over my boxes for a while. Just a 2x31 plant age group breed, nothing special, just gonna get that going. I do have my inventory sorted in a way where I actually could just go ahead and go test this right now if I wanted to, and I honestly might take that, opportunity. My Bayonet at least is defense plus defense nature, which is really important. All the attacks over at the spot are going to be physical, and it's 2v2 HP, 2v2 speed, which is honestly not bad. It'd be a little bit better if it was defense, but this thing might be able to live enough attacks over in the location where it's worth at least testing with our Bayonet, because we're gonna have to, even if this Dusclops rolls the right nature, some sort of plus defense nature, it could work with bold, but you don't really want that. I want like plus defense minus special attack. I believe Impish is the most amazing nature would be something like Impish on this breed, but that would just be too lucky, and surely the Iron Man wouldn't roll something like that. But regardless, I want to see what happens. I still have to EV train and XP train that Pokemon. My Bayonet's already level 100, so even after these breeds, I'm probably gonna go test to see how many fossils I can do in an hour and just see how the method feels. All right, shout out to Krausev for being so damn drippy. We did get our eggs hatched. Let's go check. I even mentioned, I literally uttered bold into existence. Are you kidding me? So, okay, that might be fine. That's okay. That's weird because obviously we're going to be using Thief as an attack to hit the wild Pokemon. But number one, you don't even really need to kill the Pokemon. You're just trying to thief the item off of them. Number two, you're probably doing enough damage. You're already level 100. I think it's fine. This weirdly works. It's not like what you would ideally want, but like I think effectively and pragmatically, this is going to work as a perfect Frisk utility Dusclops. So hell yeah. Then our Bellsprout came out fine as well. We're going to move the Dusclops over to our training box to be trained in the future, and then our Bellsprout over to our breeder's box.
Once again, while we're still in the testing phases, I do want to head over to Send Off Springs over in Sinnoh and actually just test this method. And with the Bayonet alone, without the actual like proper Dusclops, I won't be able to stay there for nearly as long with this strategy, but I do want to see how it feels. This Pokemon has, you know, not a very good defense stats. It's going to take way more damage than our Dusclops would. We need to make sure I have a Rock Smash Pokemon on us as well, but I'm curious to see how this play out. Hopefully we'll get a few fossils along the way and just learn some of our numbers. I don't plan to stay there for long. I plan to once again EV train in the future and get properly set up to actually grind there long term. We're bringing tons of backup catching Pokemon as well as an HM Pokemon, and then Send Off Springs is right to the southeast of Veilstone City. The reason you want to head over to Send Off Springs is because eventually you'll make your way over here and you kind of head over. This is the way to just get to Turnback Cave, which you can do infinite essentially rocks, but you also need a rock climb Pokemon. We see a fellow Iron Man here. I'm assuming. I wonder if he's doing the storyline. I'm assuming he might here also be farming fossils. If you are and you ever watch this video, Situ, let me know. And also, good luck on your hunts, dude. One of the coolest parts of the Iron Man game mode is like seeing all the new up-and-coming gamers, all the new up-and-coming players, and just seeing what's going on, as well as hopefully learning some things along the way and eventually maybe guiding them in the future. There's still so many things we have to discover in the Iron Man mode. All right, so here it is. This is Turnback Cave. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about this, but I like talking about it. It's a really cool location in PokeMMO. Once you head inside, you can go ahead and enter these Rock Smash areas. I believe I maybe arguably should have brought Defog. I don't think I did. That's a little, once again, this is the learning. It's been a long time. I used to farm these locations a fair bit, but it's just been a super long time. You got to kind of test and learn and figure out what works and what doesn't. Can I put this over this? Okay. Okay, I'll have to relearn Whirlpool in the future, but I can go ahead and then use this for Defog. This might be keybound. Yes, it is. So we're going to go ahead and do that. That's going to clear up the area nice and cleanly. I'm going to go ahead and just test you. I'm not going to set a timer or anything. Once again, why is this like white and black in the bottom? This is weird, this little like outside area. Anyways, this is just a middle of December, comfy little winter night. You know, the Christmas tree is lit up. You see how this is slowly becoming darker? What the fuck happened here? Wait, that is one of the weirdest. I'm also still sick. What? That was one of the strangest. I think it was the defog like slowly happening, but in the exterior tiles. One of the weirder visual things I've seen in PokeMMO. Whatever, we just continue forward. We get our first Rock Smash encounter. We frisk the Pokemon. We see if it has a fossil or an Everstone. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. Show me something. Make sure there's no item on our Pokemon so we can thief it. Nope, nothing. And then we just let ourselves be consumed by the winter vibes and keep smashing some rocks and see what we find. All right, but after about 40 minutes or so of messing around, let's go and get outside of Turnback Cave and see what we ended up with. First things first, I think I ran into that with 55 Everstones. So we actually just got 7 passive Everstones as well while going for fossils mostly. So this might be a point in the account where I actually stop specifically Everstone farming. And I let those become a lot more of a passive grind and never actually really go for them again, which would be really, really weird to see that massive kind of change on the account. But we're reaching that end game on the Iron Man account. And then our fossils themselves, we ended up with like +4 armors and 7 skulls. That's like really freaking good. I think that's 7 + 4. I'm terrible at math, 11 or so. I think we ended up with like 11 fossils in like 40 minutes of just honestly messing around as well. Like I wasn't like being that efficient, that effective. That feels really darn good. That is way easier and way better than amulet coin farming, which is kind of hilarious, but amulet coin farming has easily become one of the most tedious activities on the account. All right, welcome to another beautiful morning on the Iron Man account. We have some fun progress. 10 days left until Xmas. I'm gonna be doing a lot of shiny hunting today, so I got around 15,000 encounters. I believe there is an alpha pincer spawn. I'm gonna go check really quick here after I finish this inventory of sweet scents. Maybe I'll do a Jimmy run today just to get the number up. I love the idea of being over 2.5 mil Pokeyen, and we do reach a point of like just, if we have enough time ahead of time, just spending every day making some Pokeyen and getting that stack as high as possible for the future. You cannot have enough Pokeyen on an Iron Man account. Like that is the real, you know, would I like to take a break from Jimmy runs while I can? Sure. But also, I'll probably be taking a break during the event itself. You usually can't, you usually don't have time to do Jimmy runs during the event season. So honestly, I might as well take advantage of the fact that it's not Christmas event yet and do the Jimmy runs while I still can. Okay, I did not know with the new Christmas mod that I have installed that even the like swarm Pokemon are wearing the hats, the Santa hats. That's fucking gorgeous on the alpha spawn. I love that Parasect has this little like holly garland, I guess, a little what's it called, mistletoe type thing. This is super cute, man. This alpha pincer just thiefs my toxic orb, poison itself, so now it's gonna die to that really soon here, and now I also can't put it to sleep. I got skill yapped by an alpha, boys. It is what it is. Or we can just turn on our dev power, do the typical Iron Man thing, and catch it on the very last chance. pretty. Just catch it, guys. Just catch it. It's not a big deal. Just, you know, just choose to catch the alpha. Yeah, dev hacks turned on in live time. You can see it. 2 times 31 in defensive attack as a male breeder. Hell yeah, I will take it. It is now time to go shiny hunt. Let's get some encounters. Oh, speaking of Darkrai, someone mentioned it in chat. Good reminder to go ahead and pop my summoning orb. Do I have? I don't have space in my party. I need to be popping this every so often. I'll do it in a sec, whenever I can, because the more I pop it prior to, like, I want to keep the spawn up for the event, to be fair, because you need Darkrai for a certain raid, or it can be helpful. There's a lot of raids that require dark type attackers, so Darkrai might actually be super good for some of the upcoming raids during Xmas. But the more you spawn him, the longer you can keep him. So we're kind of buffing our Darkrai over time. I want to make sure I can spawn it whenever I can, and I have that free time, that time ahead of the event actually starting, and let the respawn. They did like 7 days, or like right now you can get it as low as, like, I think 3 days. I think 3 days becomes the lowest you can respawn Darkrai. All right, we somehow have another alpha spawn. I don't know what's happening today. Like, there was just an alpha spawn like 2 to 3 hours ago. One of the quicker, like, respawns I've seen. There's an alpha Grand Bull over here in Johto. This is a good fairy, I think, fairy and field. This would be a great breeder. It's 75% chance to be female. I would love to see it be male. It's only a 25% chance that it's male. That would be better as a breeder. Like, alpha Grand Bull just isn't that really needed. Yeah, we get the female, but that's okay. It should still make a fantastic breeder in the future. And 2 really good egg groups. Fairy egg groups pretty rare, especially for like you don't see a whole lot of like fairy alphas besides like Cottony and stuff, I guess. Let's go ahead and do this catch, and I'll hopefully see you guys with some good IVs. Right, there is the Grand Bull catch. 31 HP, 31 attack. I'll take it. It's a very solid breeder. I'll take any alpha breeders I can get. Stocking up the PC with these, always worth their space. All right, little evening Iron Man clip. I haven't really been doing too many of those since we're kind of just chilling up until the Xmas event, but there is a Unova, an alpha Ditto spawn over in Unova. I'm gonna go ahead and go grab that really quick, but I do want to also show you guys. I logged on and I was checking it out, thankfully, and I did connect because things are so popular, things are so active. Whenever there's an alpha Ditto spawn, everybody logs on, everybody in their NAN and their alt accounts and everything like that. And I'm currently connected to the Speedwagon server, aka the Slow Wagon server. It's kind of a notorious meme. I was at 700 ping a second ago. Let's see. When I was like entering through these tunnels, okay, that was actually pretty fast. It took like 8 seconds before I could actually get through the tunnel. So there definitely was some server issues, which this is probably one of the first times. It was right here. Ooh, look at the little little Ditto, I guess, as well, with the new Xmas mod that I have installed. Hopefully this catch goes okay. I need as many alpha Dittos as possible, as everybody does, but especially post Halloween event on the Iron Man account. I also did do about 2,300 encounters or so today on stream, and I'm doing pretty good about that. I'm not the most efficient shunner these days. I'm kind of getting older. I'm kind of getting a little more distracted as I age. But you know what? I think if we lock in and really focused on trying to be efficient, we could relearn that ability. We love a little turn 8 alpha Ditto catch because the Iron Man luck is unmatched, dude. That's crazy. 31 HP, 31 attack. The Iron Man luck continues. Alrighty, fellas, it is time for another terrific Tuesday on the Iron Man account. I'm just enjoying shiny hunting. I do want to lock in a bit and actually get more proper encounters. I streamed yesterday for like 4.5 hours, and I got like 2,800 encounters, which is like not atrocious, I guess. Like, it's good progress, but you should be getting 1,000. Like, I probably should have at least gotten 4,000 encounters. Now, I went and caught it. I think I caught 2 alphas. So, to be fair, on an Iron Man account, there are intangibles like that. Like, I did go catch 2 alphas. I took a few stretch breaks, obviously, but the stretch breaks you got to keep to a minimum and keep, you know, lock in. But my goal today is to... I'm gonna aim to get like 800 encounters per hour at least. I gotta lock in. I gotta get my efficiency back up. People say, oh, you know, shiny hunting is so easy, where's the skill involved? Man, the difference of someone who gets 1,000 encounters per hour versus 800 is huge. Like, you can get 1,000, even 1,200 encounters per hour if you like lepa berries, right? And that difference matters so much. Let me do a quick little calculation, right? If I'm someone who does 1,000 encounters per hour. Let's do the math, right? 1,000 encounters per hour for 30 hours. That's obviously 30,000 encounters, okay? But if I'm someone who does 800... Or I'm a little distracted by getting back to my little spot. One sec. If I do 800 encounters per hour for 30 hours, that is 6... You literally like, that is an insane difference. You get 6,000 less encounters over a 30-hour period by hunting only 20% less efficient, right? People don't realize, like, a big part of shiny hunting is like the consistency, the efficiency, constantly like clicking out, like when you need, like running from the battles as you can, popping the sweets in as quick as possible. Most people think shunning is an easy man's game.
and then they get distracted. They don't do many encounters per hour. It is difficult to maintain 1,000 plus encounters per hour long term, especially. You've got to lock in, it's a focus. It's an attention game in a lot of ways, and just trying to keep track of that. So I think people kind of underestimate those numbers a lot and not realize how many encounters they're losing in the long run by the lack of efficiency. Okay, I am going to switch spots. I do want to head back over to Jigglypuff. I feel like just getting a cute charm shiny early on is so freaking important. The fact that I still don't have one is so crazy. It's going to, like, catching a shiny Jigglypuff will literally allow me to shunt better for the rest of my PokeMMO career on the Iron Man account. Like, I will be using cute charms so often. It's super, super important. Let's go get one. I love that idea, JW Tree. We were talking about, I need to start, like, trying to scrape together the information and the data of what Iron Men have been shiny hunting and what Iron Men have shinies. I would love to get a leaderboard or a list of top shunners for Iron Man accounts specifically. I'd love to have more specific goals related to shunting in 2026 for the Iron Man account, like trying to be a top 10 Iron Man shunter, which I might be, because I have like 6 shinies, which is like not bad. I might already be top 10, but then if I am, I'd love to go for rank 1. Like, that's the next, if I'm ever gonna get rank 1 shunter, I think the main way I can do it is on an Iron Man restricted leaderboard, right? I think it's a lot of fun. I love the idea of trying to go for rank 1 Iron Man shunter in the world and have it at least at one point in my life. I think would be really fucking cool. There's so much potential we still have to unlock when it comes to utilizing the Iron Man mode and how we want to compete and stuff like that. I can't wait for 2026 Shiny Wars, because I feel like Iron Men are going to show up and actually have their accounts built and have that foundation to be able to compete. I'm excited to see how well like an Iron Man only team can do. I'm hoping for top 50. That's really just the goal, but I would love to get as high as possible, right? So I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see how serious and competitive some Iron Men get, and I'm excited to have more hardline goals for shunting on the Iron Man account in 2026 specifically. All right, dude, we're making good progress, dude. I've been enjoying the shiny hunting arc on the Iron Man account. Not a whole lot to record and talk about, but just yapping and talking and schmeeming and getting encounters in. We are now over 20,000 encounters. Alrighty, fellas, I'm used to saying it's another beautiful morning on the Iron Man account, but it's actually an evening at the moment as we're doing a late night stream, as there is a Mudkip catch event in about 2 hours, okay? There's a Mudkip catch event coming up, and until then, I'm working on my Shiny Wars prep for 2026. I am fossil farming. I don't have my Dusclops built yet, which will help this out a fair bit, but honestly, the Bayonet tanks a lot of things pretty darn well, and it can stay here for a very, very long time. I have not had many struggles with it. I'm pretty comfortable with this, so I'm just going to go ahead and do what I can for now and build that Dusclops here in the future. So I'll see you guys with how many fossils I end up with. Let's go double check to see what we're looking at. 5 armors, 7 stalls, and then 63 Everstones is our current starting count. All right, taking a break from our fossil farming, making really good progress though so far. Like, fossil farming has felt really chill and like really consistent. Like, it feels a lot better. I've been saying it feels so much better honestly than Amulet coin farming, which is kind of messed up, but it's true. It does. We're up, our Everstone's up. Fossil, how many Everstones, guys? I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say it. Anyways, I bet you by the time this Iron Man like video uploads, that meme is already dead. That's how fucked up it is. Anyways, all right, Hypno, Alpha Hypno time. A fantastic, I would love to see it be male, please. A fantastic humanoid, that's totally fine though. A fantastic humanoid age group breeder. That's actually like a pretty rare age group, like a one that has like a lot of good mons. I think Conkeldurr, think of like a lot of good like fighting types are humanoid age group. Really powerful mon to get a good stats on, good physical stats. Not a lot of special attacking humanoid age group Pokemon to my knowledge, so would love to see 31 attack, 31 speed. Defense's HP is always fine as well. Oh goodness, and there goes the Hypno, the man going indignant. He is strong and terrifying. At this point, I think it's best just to spam timer balls and just try to do the Iron Man classic thing of catching it right now before you can actually attack me. Okay, not quite the luckiest Iron Man of all time. I mean, maybe arguably still, but I'm gonna hope to lower his stats by spamming balls. If he wakes up and kills my Breloom, I can't really. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna try to sport this whole, yeah, I was afraid of Psyshock. Psyshock was the worst move we could have seen. It's gonna do a lot of damage. It did kill me. That's okay, it's gonna happen. I think now we just go to other Pokemon and spam timer balls for a little bit, try to lower its stats, and then try to bring in something like my backup Parasect, or even revive my Breloom to try to go for another Spore eventually. All right, a turn 29 Alpha catch, one of the longest ones I've had in a while. Still not like not horrible, not good. It's pretty bad. It's pretty long time, but it could be worse. But the stats make it worth it. 2 times 31. The Spatak is a little awkward. You don't really want Spatak on humanoid edged breeders, but I'm sure we could use it for something. 20 plus in almost everything. Even the one that isn't 20 plus is the Spadef, and it's 19. This will be a fantastic breeder. Very happy with that. We have about 37 minutes until the Mudkip catch event, so I'm just gonna go shiny hunt somewhere, do some time swipe hordes, and burn some time until we can go prepare our first catch over there, and make sure I also have enough nest balls. This will be a synchronized nest ball catch event, so I do want to make sure. I think 100 should be good, and make sure my PC space is also cleared out for it. All right, I've been meaning to do this for a while now. I did go ahead. This is gonna hurt. I did find 10 Pokemon that I've deemed worthy, or I guess not worthy, honestly. I've deemed worth releasing. These Mons are good Pokemon, you know. This Lombre is 20 plus in like all the defensive stats, right? Like this Bellsprout is 20 plus in 5 stats. This Wurmple is 20 plus in 4 stats. You know, these are good Pokemon. This Mankey is Adamant Nature and then 20 plus in almost every other. But I cannot. We're at the point in the Ironman account where I cannot justify these spaces. It's just not enough, man. These Pokemon are not good enough to keep around, unfortunately. It hurts. They're still good. There's like some value there, but they're just not enough for me. Back to the wild you go, fellas. The PC cleaning continues. RIP. Rest in peace, boys. Also, I haven't even mentioned it because I've been shunting off stream, dude. I've been shunning passive. I've been recording just in case I get a shiny. I'm up to 22,000 encounters, man. Nothing crazy, you know. Not like I'm on Shiny Wars doing like 15,000 encounters a day, right? But I'm pretty happy with that. Up to 22,000 encounters, passively getting that number cranked up. Would love to be at like 30,000 heading into the Xmas event. I feel like that'd be a really cool goal to shoot for. All right, the catch event has started. Good luck to everybody participating. I am going to keybind my nest balls up to the nice new handy battle, you know, hotkey bar. I'm going to be just throwing nest balls, getting encounters, synchronizing on the Iron account. Wish me the best of luck. I'm currently at 300 RP from 1 catch events that I've saved. If I could win or place, I'll take a breeder every step of the way. Hell yeah. 131 attack, always relevant. But if I could win or place or get some sort of RP leading up to Christmas, it could be legendary. You know, there's I don't even know if there's a single one. I don't know if there's a single Iron Man account in the entire game that has a limited time event vanity, you know, like that. It's just such a rare thing. It's so, you have to like prep beforehand. It's so much to save the RP, not spend it on PC space drives, things like that. So I'm just curious to see how this plays out. 31 speed. I'll take the breeders though. Why not? Okay, I am going to be doing something that I don't normally do during catch events. I'm going to try to release as I go and save some PC space along the way if I know a Mon just isn't going to win or isn't, you know, viable by any means. Wurmple is also, I believe, the only Mon or one of the few Mons I'll be running into here that I don't want to catch. I want to be spamming nest balls on Pooches, Zigzagoons, and Talos once again. But yeah, I'm going to try to. So I'm going to release things along the way so you won't see every single Pokemon that I catch, but also Marl, I guess, is here to run away from. But I started at exactly 100 nest balls. Exactly. So the number of nest balls you see taken away will be the amount of Pokemon that I catch in the event very, very cleanly. Ooh, I'll take it 2 times 31, dude. This early into the event, 7 minutes in. It's not like event winning or even event relevant, but we're getting really good breeders today. I'll take a 131 overall. I'll take it. Here, the way that I think about catch events, I think it's a really important thing to keep in mind for a lot of new players getting into them. Catch events are phenomenal. They're so great, right? But you don't want to come in with the false expectation of like, I see a lot of new players being like upset they don't win or place every event. You can't think like you're gonna be miserable if that's how you think about it, right? Let's say there's 300 people at every catch event, which is kind of on the lower end. Let's say there's anywhere from like 300 to 1,000 people per catch event, right? Let's guesstimate. That means that, you know, only one of you can win the event. That means it's about a 1 in 300 chance, right? That means that if theoretically you're all playing equally efficiently, which is obviously not the case, but we're going to assume, right? If you have 300 people all playing equally efficiently on the lower end for every event, that means that it's going to take you about 300 catch events before you win one, right? Now that's a scary number. Okay. Ooh, speaking of winning catch events, that's a 151 plus 5. That's a 156. That's not placement worthy, but it is a good catch and a good breeder. And it also lets the Twitch chatters who bet on the believers win. Let's fucking go, dude. Dev luck, true. That's pretty, you know, I'm happy with that. Anyways, what was I talking about? There was some clip I was talking about.
important tip to new catch event people: just don't expect to win. Just have fun, make some poke in along the way with your breeder catches, and just hope for the best. It's just, it's one of those things. Try, and how you feel is how you feel, but try not to set yourself up for failure. Don't be bummed if you don't win. It took me about 100 catch events before I ever won 120 or so, and then after that I did end up winning like 2 back-to-back. So you know what, RNG should even out. I wish you the best of luck, or just lucky like I am. Keck W. Good luck in your events is the most important thing. Just stay consistent, and eventually, if you, once again, catch events very similar to shiny hunting. If you don't give up, if you just keep going, keep doing events, eventually you'll win one, right? PokeMMO is an endurance game. It's all about never giving up. Another 2x31 breeder. What the dude? Two 2x31 breeders, a 156 that was also jolly and correct stats. A lot of good 1x31s. Really good breeders. So this is really, really good. Even if I don't like, it's so unlikely that if that 156 places like 3rd place, I don't know, I'll eat a shoe. Like that, the odds of that are don't hold that to legally. Okay, binding. But I'll like chug a beer, or so I'll like shotgun something, because the odds of that are so insane. It's so unlikely. But the point I was trying to make was, regardless, this catch event has been extremely lucky for me. I'm extremely above average catch rates. Very happy with everything so far, how it's played out. Another 2x31. What is happening, dude? The Iron Man luck is ridiculous. All right, time is up. The event is over. I did have at least one good catch. I'm gonna go grab a GM and global check to make sure I can whisper them. I think that 156. Did you see that Musharna with the giant candy cane? What the hell? I got a 156, and that was my best catch. That's a pretty damn good catch. It's a good catch as a breeder, but typically anything below a 166 is very unlikely to place in a catch event. 156 is 10 points below that. This event was weird, I will say. I do feel like this event was very strange. I don't feel like it was that competitive. I don't feel like there was that many people. I'm still going to submit it. A lot of catch events, I wouldn't even take the time to submit this because it's just so low. But it's still a good, it's like that. It's still a good catch, yes, but it's not like catch event winning. I'm going to submit it. My submission, smiley face. Let me actually show you guys what it looks like. Here you go, whisper window. To submit a Pokemon, you just, why does it show like that? You put the Pokemon in your party, you drag it over to your thing like this, and then boom, you just whisper it to them, click send. They can click on it. Make sure to keep the Pokemon in your party until the catch event announcements are over. Don't even risk it. Just keep it in your party the whole time. Oh no, that one chatter didn't quite have it. I'm so sorry, man. Congrats to 4th place though. ZZR Zerzer got himself 4th place. Congratulations, man, in the Pooch, the mud dip catch event. 4th place with a score of 16. Crazy low score, man. Congratulations. Next up, do we have 3rd place yet? Coming in 3rd place, we have Idrin, who got a 168. Okay, this event is a lot more competitive than we realized, dude. 168 for 3rd place. We had some sleeper catches then. People keeping their stuff secret. That's the smart way to go about it, is to not tell people, not tell people your catches, your IVs, and keep them, even those secrets can matter. 2nd place, a tie. 2nd place also got a 168, but they caught it at 225. It's for me, what is that, like 9:25? They caught it at 25 minutes into the event, as opposed to this person caught it 40 minutes in. So a 15-minute difference being the breaker there from 3rd to 2nd place. We are now just waiting on 1st place, and for 1st place, drum roll, please. I'm curious the score. I guess like a 170 maybe. Let's see. And in 1st place we have 1st place. It was awesome. It was a 3-way tie. It was all 168s. Holy, bro. 1st place was Lily, who also caught a 168, but 7 minutes into the event. This is why sometimes it's all you can do, but try not to show up late for catch events, because this fucking shit matters. Oh my goodness. A 3-way tie. 168 for 3rd place, 168 for 2nd, 168 for 1st. All it came down to was how fast, how early they caught them, dude. Woo! Congrats to Lily. Congrats to everybody involved in the event. Another fun catch event in the books. Thank you guys for watching. Let's continue a little bit of gaming. Alrighty, fellas, a lot of big news and announcements today on stream. You can actually see one of them up here at the top, you know, in the notepad document. But today we're on the Ironman accounts. I'm gonna go ahead. I've been encountering off stream, trying to get some encounters. I'm up to 23,554 encounters now. I've been really taking the shunning seriously and having a lot of fun with it. Now I do want to go ahead today. I want to go ahead and finish my inventory of sweet scents really quick, and then go over. And I am gonna do a Jimmy run today. But then after my Jimmy run, I'll either go back to shiny hunting or back to some sort of long-term preparation for shunting, either fossil farming or dittos. I haven't fully decided yet, but I do want to go ahead and finish up these last few sweet scents and then go do a Jimmy run, get my Pokeyen stack up to over 2.5 mil today. All right, but it is gym rerun time. We're down to 6 amulet coins after we pop that, but that is well worth it. We're starting at 2,354,000 Pokeyen. I should be well over 2.5, maybe 2.55 or so after we end this Jimmy run, and I'll be pretty happy with that. We'll probably have to do some breeds today. I didn't realize I actually didn't clean up like my catch event Mons, so I still have a bunch of like 2x31 Poochienas, Zigzagoons, etc. that I need to kind of deal with. So, and I do want to make sure my PC space is as clean as possible heading into the Xmas event, which happens in, as of recording, 7 days or so. It is creeping up very, very fast. Alrighty, fellas, with this rich trainer defeated, that is the Jimmy run done on the Ironman account. I actually made way more Pokeyen than I expected. I had like did I make like 260k or 270k in that run? I don't know how the fuck that happened. That was a pretty good Jimmy run, up to 2.6 mil. I'm very, very happy with that. All right, now the question is what I want to do next, and I'm kind of undecided. Do I want to go just shiny hunt? Do I want to go Ditto farm? Oh, I want to go breed. That's what I want to go set up some breeds with those Mons yesterday from the catch event that I kind of just didn't finish sorting yet. So we're gonna go check out what we have over in our boxes. Okay, first things first, we sort by 31 access. So I'm gonna get rid of the notepad document for 1 sec. First things first, 31 access. That gave we caught a lot of 1x31s in that last event, dude. Wow, is this 15 Pokemon with at least 1x31? We caught 1, 2, 3 different 2x31 breeders in that event. Holy crap, dude. These all go over to more breeders. That's gonna fill up our boxes quite a bit. I do want to clean this up before Xmas, almost for sure. A few of these might also be good breeders. I do want to double check on some of these. We might want to sort by greatest IV. No, I think that's it. There should be one Pooch as well that, like, where's my submission Pooch? I don't know where that went. The 150, 156. Is that over? Where's that at? It ended up over my account box. That'll go over to more breeders. That can stay over here. That's fine. Okay. And then these fellas all get released. So rest in peace to the soldiers. Thank you for being a catch for the catch and giving that chance towards victory. But unfortunately, you were not victorious. Okay, I'm pretty proud of this. We set up a few breeds. We set up 4 breeds here and then 2 more, so 6 breeds in total. I have a few Mons pulled out over here that I'd love to set up breeds for, but they need a lot of Dittos. I think we're gonna do some Ditto farming today. I think I actually like need a lot more good Dittos to clear up more space, but this is like pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. We can just go ahead and sort this. Actually, I don't want to sort this because I have my Halloween Mons in the bottom, but I'm pretty happy with this. 6 breeds or so, and I think setting up breeds is something I love to do off camera, off of stream, because it's something I can just kind of like do while watching TV and kind of hang out. It's the puzzle solving aspect. I always say breeding on an Ironman account is really fun, but really hard. Someone asked me yesterday, actually, what's the hardest part of playing an Ironman account? And they were like, is it breeding? And I had to think about it. I was like, it probably is breeding. Breeding probably is the hardest part on an Ironman account, but I enjoy it so much. On top of, I'm like later into the account now to where I have so many resources where it's not as hard, but it's because I've spent the time in preparation grinding and catching Pokemon, right? Breeding probably is the hardest part on the Ironman account, but I enjoy it so much and it's so fun that I don't find it as hard, if that makes sense. I find amulet coin farming way harder and more dreadful because I fucking hate it. Like that's that. I should say fucking hate it. But like it's my least fun thing on the account for sure. I think nowadays is amulet coin farming, but it could be a lot worse. But I'm gonna go and cooked up some of these breeds. Most of these are just 2x. Yes, this is 3x31. It's crazy. I'm running so low on 2x31 breeders. Like, or sorry, 1x31s. I have so few Pokemon with 1x31s left in my boxes. I've almost used like all my breeders. Like now everything is 2x or 3x, which is good because it means we're stepping up into that next level, the next echelon on the Ironman account. So always good progress. I do have these 2 Mons. Let's cover these. These are 2 interesting breeds that I do want to go ahead and make sure I pay to make male because they could be the breed before a final breed, if that makes sense.
Talos, this could be 31 attack. It could roll 30 attack. It's gonna be 31 HP, excuse me, 31 HP, 20 plus defense, 31 spadef, and then 20 plus speed. I always need more flying age group breeders. I am extremely low on flying age group breeders. It is a huge blind spot on the Ironman account. So another 2 times 31 breed here. That's, or sorry, 3 times 31 HP, defense, and spadef using this Absol. Part of me wants to keep this Absol and potentially breed up with like a Ditto to this is so close. Yeah, that's honestly maybe arguable missed. Good point, but too late missed. Whatever, not a bad call though. This Absol, like, part of me wants to keep it an Absol, but I just don't think it's worth it. As much as I love Absol, it's a cool Pokemon. It's just not the most viable Pokemon in PvP or PVM. And if it comes that I end up needing an Absol, I can just breed one from scratch. That's totally okay. I can breed it up from there. But this one's going to be a 3 times 31 and 20 plus attack, 20 plus speed, field egg group breeder. This could be a really nice, depending on the nature of this, could be a really nice finishing breed for a species that I really care about. Because I'm about Zigzagoon, obviously. So it's not like the final breed of a mob, but we're looking for, when it comes to whether or not you want to make a Pokemon male on an Ironman breed, it comes down to, will it be the breed before the final breed, or like the breed to finish up a Pokemon, if that makes sense. Usually that requires like 20 plus in every stat that you need, potentially with nature or not. That kind of depends. That's what we're kind of, or like missing one stat, missing either 4 out of the 5 stats that you need with nature, or all 5 stats no nature, are probably the 2 things you want to look out for when it comes to whether or not to choose male on an Ironman account. But anyways, woo, good progress there. I'm gonna go get suited up for some Ditto farming. It is currently daytime, so we're gonna head over to the Hoenn spot. Alrighty, fellas, the Ditto farming begins. I don't know if I'll be catching that many, but I think getting any sort of 1 times 31 breeders to be able to pair up with my other breeders, any 2 times 31s would be amazing. We need a lot of as many Dittos as possible. Dittos are liquid gold to an Ironman account. I would love to also stock up 30 or so and be able, like, Shittos, and be able to do an Ironman batch of eggs. Would be a lot of fun to do before Christmas. All right, speaking of PP, someone actually mentioned, like, oh, what's your Smeargle set? And I realized, like, oh yeah, like, I'm using the chill, comfy, fall swipe spore strat. The only limiter of this method, like, your Smeargle will never die. The only limiter is when you run out of spore PP. And now, it's been a while, I kind of forget about this, but now that I learned the crafting system to a decent extent, and I stocked up on PP maxes, like, within the past few weeks or so, I can go ahead and PP max my Smeargle spore, which will allow me to stay in the Ditto cave and hunt more Dittos without having to go heal up, which is going to get me more Dittos per hour. So hell yeah, it's a big upgrade. All right, all 6 of our eggs did hatch and gave us our little breeders. There's nothing super, like, they all kind of just rolled how we expected. Nothing super interesting came out. I think the only thing that really mattered is that this Zigzagoon, the one that's 3 times 31 and all the defenses and 20 plus HP and speed, I don't know if it medium rolled or high rolled anything here to come out super well, but it did roll Brave Nature. This actually could be a really good, like, Trick Room, Balti, Brave. This could be a fantastic, that Brave Nature could actually be relevant on a specific breeder or a certain Pokemon, so we might end up saving it for something with that. Oh, it's a good catch. We've had a few 1 times 31s, but ooh, 31 attack, 26 plus in everything except for speed. That's a really, we take those. That's a fantastic Ditto catch. All right, we did leave the Ditto cave for a second here. I think I caught about 20 or so Dittos. There is another alpha spawn. A lot of alpha spawns recently. There's an alpha Honchkrow right now, so we're going to go try to catch this and get another flying egg group breeder. All right, there it is. Our alpha Honchkrow caught on turn 16. Not too shabby. Double 31. The 31 being double into attack and attack. Not ideal. Not great. So our need for good flying egg group breeders still kind of, is still there. But that's okay. We'll take anything. A breeder is still a good breeder. Any breeder is good. This is a great Ditto catch. 31 speed adamant. It's also 20 plus attack. That'll be a great breeder one day. Ooh, it's a sick catch. 31 attack, 20 plus in everything else. Also 26 plus in the defenses and HP. Impish is not great, but this is a great catch one day. Once again, another great breeder one day.
Good morning, Iron Petrowski here after a night full of Ditto farming and setting up some breeds. We'll get to both of those here in a quick second. But first things first, the Dittos. I went ahead and I actually already compiled all of my Shittos, that is Dittos without any good stats or IVs, and these are over in my my Iron Man rare box. I love collecting different species, a little collage of rare egg shiny, potentially egg shinies, and I am going to go ahead and breed these here in a quick second. And I also have a ton of really interesting, really dynamic, I think, setup breeds. Oh, my mouse is, I just dragged something. Sorry about that. My mouse is kind of breaking here a little bit. I just had to spend about 15 minutes going back and checking footage to see where I dragged things, because I dragged things so horribly all over the place. I was really confused, and I thought I had some crazy breed setup because I was up until 2 a.m. setting up these breeds. So in my mind, I thought I just made some dumb mistakes because I was up, you know, falling asleep at my laptop trying to set up some of these breeds. But nope, I actually did do this correctly, if you would believe it, or at least what I think so far. So a really cool breed we have here today is I am going to be finishing this Axew. I am going to be randomly rolling the nature, I believe. That's the only scary thing, but that's okay. We are going to get ourselves a 5x31 Axew today, and we can fix it down the road if we need to. We're going to be doing that by turning this Ekans into a 4x31 and then making sure we make it male and then breeding it over with our Axew. We definitely want to make sure we make our Axew female here as well. We also have two cool monster egg group breeds down here. These will both become 3x31s, and then I want to go ahead and make sure I pair them with each other, and that will allow me to make a 4x31 alpha monster, maybe even is this only monster? Yeah, only monster, which is a fantastic egg group, alpha monster egg group breeder. And then we have a ton of other little breeders up here that I'll go through individually. We have 4 more just random little shittos over here that I just didn't have the space for over in this box. And then we have about 8 or so more good dittos, 1x31s, and other breeders that we will end up using in the future that I also just didn't have space for, / didn't want to move over to my more breeders box without showing you guys first. So now that I've shown you guys, I have these 8 or so nice more ditto breeders. This is one of the best ones right here. It's 31 Spatak and then 4x20 plus and like every other stat. This one's pretty good. This one's pretty darn good. 31 defense, 30 Spatak, you know, 20 plus. We're going to go ahead and just move all of these over to more breeders. And my more breeders box, you might have noticed, is a fair bit cleaner. All right, but first things first, I'm going to do 1 breed, and then I'm going to do about 30 breeds, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So first things first, I do want to go ahead and go breed one of my Lickilickys and just get those going, because I need to make sure I pair the other one with this breed. So I need to see how this gender rolls and then match the other one up. So I don't want to pay gender cost here. But then in the next breed, I will guaranteed pay gender cost to help match it up with however this one comes out. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I think it might have actually even told me it's going to come out Nidoran male. That's kind of cool if that's... Can you pre-tell how a Nidoran baby is going to come out? You actually can. Okay, I'm going to let it hatch just in case this is like a glitch or like some off chance. That's really cool though. That actually like super matters for when setting up chain breeds on an Ironman account. The fact that you can see ahead of time which Nidoran this might come out as is really huge. So if this does come out male, that would be a really good thing to know in the future for breeding with Nidorans. But now that that's done, we're going to wait just in case. I'm going to go ahead and just go through all these breeds. I think I'm going to do it, man. I've been not wanting to / wanting to delay this for a very, very long time. I only have these 2 dittos. These are very, very valuable Pokemon. I almost actually, you know what? I almost want to keep them. I lied. I'm going to keep those because I like the idea. I just totally fibbed you guys. I was planning on breeding these over and over again for a shiny with a particle effect, but I also could just use these to like breed up a competitive Pokemon with these particle effects. I think I like the idea of that more and just starting the breed with that. So you know what? Let's just go for 30 rare shinies today. Let's just say nice and indecisive and go ahead and procrastinate as we love to do here. All right, there it is. That should be the final breed if I recall correctly. I think that is all 30. Yep, all 30 Iron Man egg batch done. Next up is to go ahead and start cranking some of these eggs on these other breeds. I did want to go ahead and start working towards a timid Rotom specifically. So you see a weird Rotom breed on your screen right now. 30 HP, 20 plus defense, 20 plus speed def, and then timid nature. I'm Everstoning the nature, but the stats aren't that good. It's a really weird breed. Rotom's a difficult Pokemon because you need Dittos and or Rotoms to actually breed it up. So it's a difficult Pokemon to find the proper breeders you actually need for. That's a weird start to a breed, but I'm okay with it. Here is just a 2x31, I believe, bug egg group Pokemon. Then here is a 3x31 water bee egg group Pokemon. Unfortunately, Carvana / Sharpedo, not the best egg group breeder since it is only really in the water bee egg group. I'm actually going to go ahead and make this male just post. I didn't really plan for this, but I think it's just so much better to do that because then I can breed it with a female Magikarp and then bring it into the Dragon egg group, which is a much more effective egg group than water bee, which just does not really house a lot of good Pokemon. Next up, staying in that water bee vein, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to make this Carvana 3x31 male as well. It is losing its alphaness, but I'm okay with that. Once again, alpha water bee, just not the most powerful egg group to keep things in. Next up, some field egg group breeders. 2x31 on a Zigzagoon. We had that Zigzagoon / Mudkip catch event recently. I'm just cleaning up my boxes with that and creating a nice breeder. It's been pretty crazy to realize how few 1x31s I actually have left in my boxes. I've turned almost all of them into 2x31s, which definitely is a sticky situation, but also like it's good progress. It's good progress, honestly, at the end of the day, but it does make setting up the breeds a little bit more complicated, a little more difficult. And I'm going to have to enter, I haven't really had this problem yet on the Ironman account, but I am going to have to start specifically farming egg groups, like sitting in the Safari Zone and farming Magikarps for the Dragon egg group or Water B, right? Sitting at Spindas and farming humanoid egg group Pokemon, sitting at Whismers over in like the Ditto cave and even catching Whismers between the Ditto catches and getting monster egg group breeders just so I have enough breeders of the correct actual egg group. Now next I have to be very careful here because these need to be paid to be specific genders. For example, this needs to be a female so I can go ahead and actually use our Spinda to finish it off, I believe, and make a 5x31 breeder. Now, we'll probably want that to be male once we get that going, but this itself needs to be female. We need to be very careful about that. I just want to take my time with that. Let me actually go see if I can, yeah, I'm going to move this, like, I need to sort these eggs and kind of slow down. I don't care about maximizing hatch speed here as much as I care about organizing and keeping track of. Like, I'm not even going to actually say pair with Zigzagoon. And it's tough to, I'll have to remember which Zigzagoon because there are multiples. Let me go do that really. Let me go rename this. And then next up, we have two breeds that I believe I need to make male. Yes, both of these need to be turned into males. I forget exactly why for this one. I think this one's just going to be a breeder. Yeah, this is just going to be a breeder with adamant nature, 20 plus in every physical stats. Nothing super fancy there. Want to just have that done, ready to go. And honestly, I could use that as a Nidoking, I guess. But usually you want hidden ability access on Nidoking for that sheer force. That was a huge buff when he got access to that. And then next up, we're going to have ourselves, like, honestly, okay, this is going to be 26 attack. Wow, 26 attack, 31 and everything else. There's a chance that I just keep this. If it rolls the good nature, I might not even go through with the... Well, actually, no. We'll see. This could be interesting, to put it nicely. I think there's a chance. I'm utilizing a 3x31 Ditto for this breed. But if they bring back... So the reason I really care about this Axew/Haxorus as well is if they bring back the Elfbot dungeons. The Elfbot dungeons are an interesting piece of PVM content where I believe back in 2022 for the first time you actually could bring a Pokemon or so into the dungeon, which was not possible before, and the meta Pokemon was Haxorus. So if I can get myself a good Haxorus, you don't need 5x31. Honestly, Haxorus, one of those mons, like 2x31 and attack is probably going to do wonders. But just in case, I like to be prepped on the Ironman accounts, we're going to go ahead and take it seriously and build a beautiful 5x31 Haxorus if we can at all control that. But now we are just waiting for some eggs to hatch, so I will see you guys with that. All right, here's our first 8 eggs. I think the most important one in here is going to be that Lickilicky baby, which ended up coming out male as a Nidoran, like we were able to kind of see ahead of time, which is pretty crazy. So I'm going to make sure I head back in my PC and get that. Actually, I can just do it up here, actually. They give you full access now over in this little location, which is really, really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and start this breed, make sure I pay to make it female so that Nidoran can line up with it. This is why it was so important to do our gym rerun yesterday. As you can see, my Pokemon stack is being hit pretty hard today. A lot of these that are just rare, I think everything else is like just rare breeds. These will just go back over here in this box. These do not need to be over in my like actual, these will all be done as like a rare shiny chance later on. Right now I'm focusing on my actual breeders, right? Let's go ahead and can I put this? Yes, in the incubator. I love that. You can specifically put the mons you really need to focus on in your incubator. Okay, I like that a lot. So those will go over to our incubators. Did one of these get moved over to the wrong slot? We can figure that out here in a bit. But for now, all right, we're going to wait for those 3 eggs to hatch. I'm going to go ahead and also, we can just go ahead and fill the rest. Let's go ahead and move out of here. Fill the rest. Now that we have the ones that we really need in the incubators in there, we can go ahead and just fill the rest up. I'm going to name this Nidoran pair with Licky, just in case I don't forget. All right, so if I did everything correctly, I believe I should have 3 different Pokemon coming out with breeders for them perfectly. I know I just did this breed like 2 seconds ago in time for you guys, but it's been a few minutes for me and I just get distracted. I had to go back and double check just to make sure I paid for the Ekans to be male, and thankfully I did. I know I just did this breed like 2 seconds ago in time for you guys, but it's been a few minutes for me and I just get distracted. I had to go back and double check just to make sure I paid for the Ekans to be male, and thankfully I did. There's just a lot of like paranoia and anxiety around these Iron Man breeds, man. You literally spend months and months and months, you know, catching all these Pokemon, preparing all these breeds. This, you know, this Actu, for example, has been sitting in my boxes, I'm guessing for at least a month at this point. Yeah, this has been in here since the 18th of October. It is now the 19th of December. This Actu has been unfinished for 2 months, and I spent how many months, you know, prepping, like getting all the breeders to actually get it up to 4x31. This is the, you know, average Iron Man experience, is spending months and months and months to finally finish one 5x31 Pokemon. Sorry, I actually didn't have the date showing on screen. There you go. Since 18th of October. All right, we have 2 of our eggs hatched. Let's go check. That is the Lickitung and the Zigzagoon. I think we can just go ahead and go, yeah, let's go ahead and remove those and go grab those to pair up. Ooh, I am genuinely in shock. It seems like I didn't make a mistake. Here is my 4x31 monster egg group breeder. The real question is, do I want to go ahead and make this be female or like male? I think I'm gonna go ahead and make this be male. Make it be a potential finishing breeder. It's gonna be a little awkward, but I think that's correct. I think that's the correct play, just in case if I need to breed up a female to specifically match with it, I can do so in the future. It's missing 31 speed, but that is okay. That is a really, really good breeder, and it's staying alpha. That's the cool part, is like the fact that it's staying alpha is really, really neat to me. Next up, our Spinda and our Zigzagoon, 5x31 in all Spatak stats on a field egg group breeder. We're going to make this male. Similar situation, because it could be a final breeder. If we have to make a you know, a female to pair with, we can do that. This actually could pair with an alpha Eevee that we have and make a 5x31 Eevee. However, I don't want to lose the alphaness. I think that alphaness on that Eevee is one of the coolest things. I love the idea. I still have that Eevee. There's certain like unfinished, you know, I don't want to say masterpiece Pokemon, but I don't know, like pretty masterful end game Pokemon to pick up for an Iron Man account. But this Eevee, for example, you know, very close to 5x31. It is missing nature, though. That nature is going to be a huge decision on how we want this Eevee to look. But anyways, we do have 6 more eggs hatched over in our incubator. Let's go grab those over to our PC. The most important one being this Ekans. I want to see how this lines up over on our Axew. Our, you know, 20 plus in all stats and adamant nature. Nidoran came out. That can be moved over to more breeders. Let's just go through, you know, 2x31. Bug egg group Pokemon, 2x31 field egg group, 2x31 here. Really simple breeds here, not a whole lot to talk about, nothing super interesting. We'll just move those over here for now. All right, but here it is for all the marbles of female Actu coming out. I'm going to put this in a luxury ball for good luck and just hope this rolls correct nature. I am looking for naughty, lonely, adamant. I think all of those would be, I think jolly would also be fantastic. Hasty and naive I would make work, you know. I think those are all the different natures on an Iron Man account. Like lonely, naughty, adamant and jolly are the 2 best ones. Adamant and jolly by far the 2 best ones. Either of those can work. Lonely and naughty on the higher echelon, still like B tier to like A tier, I would say. And then hasty and naive kind of become like C tier, but still usable. Anything other than those like 6 or so natures is probably cooked. So let's just see how it rolls. It's time. Let's go for it. Come on, Axew. Show me that Iron Man luck. All right, we did get 3 big breeds finished. Our Lickitung is now 4x31 and still alpha. That's amazing. We have our Carvana, which randomly rolled adamant, but does not matter given the stats, as you can obviously tell. Just a male breeder. We have our Zigzagoon, our male field egg group Zigzagoon came out 5x31. I mean, that feels really cool to have another 5x31 Pokemon on the Iron Man account. Is it, you know, the most of, you know, is it ready to go? Like, no. We still have to use this as a breeder, obviously, but this could be really cool, man. It might be worth to go for a 5x31 Typhlosion at some point. Like, do you really need a 5x31 Typhlosion? No, but it's kind of a cool flex and kind of a cool thing to have on an Iron Man account, that's for sure. And when I think of field special attacking Pokemon, I think Typhlosion is just one of the, you know, most impactful ones within PokeMMO. All right, and it should finally be time. The moment of truth, the Actu. I have not looked at it yet. I have all like the other like egg, you know, egg rare chances around me, but let's see. Quiet nature, that's gonna have to get rebred. That is terrible. That's unusable. That's also okay and expected. You can't just get Iron Man luck all the time, I guess. That is more than reasonable, and this Pokemon will be moved over to our more breeders box, and we'll have to fix it again, once again, like probably 2 months down the line, much further in the future. But at least now, we're only going to need a 4x31 breeder, a 4x31 monster or dragon egg group breeder with correct nature to be able to fix it, versus another 5x31. All right, and there's the final 2 rare chance eggs, and couldn't you believe it? We didn't get a rare egg shiny after only a few eggs on the Iron Man account. Oh my goodness, so unlucky. We must be shiny locked. No, but in all seriousness, I'm always happy to do this. It clears up PC space, it makes good progress, and it just feels good. For now, I'm probably going to chill until later in the evening. There is a catch event later today, and I'm trying to catch event max right now and trying to just be at as many of those as possible leading up until Christmas. Alrighty, fellas, good afternoon. It is a beautiful day on the Ironman account. We have a catch event to do today. First things first, before we do that, I am going to go ahead and get my Jimmy run in. I spent a fair bit of Poke in today on breeds. So popping down to my 5th Amulet coin and getting to work on the Jimmy run. I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now in the background while I explain the upcoming catch event. I'm really excited for today's catch event. It's in about an hour and 9 minutes, so we only have so much time for our Jimmy run. But I'm really excited for it because it's a Safari Zone catch event. I love the Safari Zone. It's one of those places that's going to either make or break your brain, and you have to kind of push through. It's really interesting. So it's coming up at 6 p.m. ET, so in about an hour or so, based on the time I'm recording, obviously. We're going to be catching Misdrevious, Abra, Bellsprout, Haunter, and Ghastly. A lot of different speed bonuses here. Now, there is no nature bonus, which is honestly a little sad to see because nature bonuses are great for Safari Zone catch events because there's literally no downside to running a synchronized mon, because usually in the Safari Zone you're not using a catching Breloom. You're just like rocking and Pokeballing, and that'll be a huge like situation. Or so normally we use PokeMMO Hub's catch calculator to calc out what's the best strategy for catch events. You can't really do that when it comes to Safari catch events. Everybody's going to be rushing to figure out, do you rock here, do you just spam balls, what do you do again, what's mon. Like it's gonna be really weird, and it's gonna be inefficient, and it's gonna be beautiful because of that. No one's gonna know the best strat unless they've been testing for like hours before the event, and I think that's what makes it so darn fun. So I'm excited for this event. If we could win some 500 RP, that would be phenomenal. If we could win a shiny Misdrevious, that would be a dream come true. So I'll see you guys in an hour when it's time for the event. Alrighty, fellas, our Jimmy run just ended. We're at 2.4 million Pokemon now, and look what's happening, dude. Look at this, man. This is beautiful. People hanging out right before the catch event starting in about 4 minutes or so. I'm lucky to have a 6-man team of shinies on the Ironman account within its first like 7 months or so of its creation. Really proud of that. I'll be able to flex all of them today while in the Safari Zone. Look at all these gamers, man, line it up. It's a beautiful, I love events like this in Pokemon. Being able to see the group of players, it's just, there's nothing else like it, man. I think it's a good reminder that like we are a community. We are just a bunch of people all the same enjoying the game that we all love, man. This is really cool. It's a good reminder. It's really cool to see. All right, fellas, the catch event is officially starting. I'm a little bit late, but I'll be there, you know, fine enough. Let me zoom out here actually really quick. We're looking for Misdrevious. What is it again? Not Pidgey, I believe. We're looking for Misdrevious, Abra, Bellsprout, Haunter, Ghastly. I will see you guys with the first catch. Here is a Bellsprout, our first catch of the event. With it stays. It fled. Just kidding. We're trolling. All right, here is actually our first catch of the event, our first Bellsprout catch. I went ahead and just threw a ball. 116, nothing crazy, but honestly a solid above average first catch. Ooh, we're still pretty early on in the event, and I don't think this 140 is not placing, but it's a good catch. I don't think it's placing. I don't think it's like anything crazy. Gotta appreciate the good catches when you get them. 140 is a very good catch. Definitely a breeder. Ooh, my first Misdrevious catch of the event. These have a much more difficult catch. I think Bellsprouts are the best. Not going to be nearly enough at a 111. All right, there it is, fellas. The catch event is officially over. I honestly zoned out. Chat had to let me know. I don't think I got anything worth submitting crazy this event. I'm going to double check, obviously, but I don't think I got anything crazy this event. Here's every Pokemon I caught in the Johto Safari Zone for this event. Honestly, more than I expected. 41 Pokemon. That's pretty darn good. It probably only cost me like a few thousand Pokemon to do, like 2 to 3K. I'm going to first go ahead and sort by 1 times 31 so we can see how many, you know, 1 times 31 breeders we got. It's honestly a lot cleaner if we just do this. So we ended up with, what's it, 41 Pokemon caught in total. Only 6 or so. 6 1 times 31s. Our last event, I don't mean to complain, our last event was so lucky that we got 3 2 times 31s in 1 catch event last event. So this is totally reasonable, super fine. Very happy with this regardless. We can go ahead and actually sort by total IV to see our highest IV Pokemon up here, which is the 140 Bellsprout we actually made a clip of earlier. And then our lowest was a 45, so a 40 overall Ghastly. It's like one of the most average catch events you'll see. And that's just statistically what's going to happen most of the time. So I still had a lot of fun. Really glad we did it. I'll see you guys with the catch event results. Alrighty, fellas, catch event results are in. We had someone in our chat who had a 17. It was his first ever catch event, and he got a 17 points, but he did not get fourth place. I'm sorry, man, but congrats to Gaji, who got a crazy catch of 15. That must have been a Ghastly. I'm assuming it was a Ghastly. That was a 20 IV overall, and was also with -5. That's crazy, man. Congratulations. And then in third place with a 163. Someone in chat also had a 163, I believe. Good luck to you, dude. You might get second or so. We'll see. We see the time frame come out, which means that someone else probably tied. This usually means that second place is also the same score. Yup, second place. There it is. Yo, Caddick, second place with a 163. This is someone from Twitch chat. Caught 7 minutes into the event, dude. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Second with tying third and second with 163. So if this is a really low scoring event, actually, I wonder what first place will be. This is a pretty darn low scoring event. Wait, that was actually, yo, you're right, Oso. Third place caught it with 7 minutes left in the event, and second place was 7 minutes into the event. Bro is actually the analogy that I use to explain how timestamps matter. And then first place, what do we got? The winner of the event, first place, is Dilla with 167. Congratulations. Congrats, and thanks to everybody for participating in another catch event. As per usual in PokeMMO, there's like 3 of these a week. They're fantastic. They're a great way to win free shiny Pokemon, free raid Pokemon, and some free RP. Definitely check them out. They're also just a lot of fun to get involved with the community and see all the different players running around and working towards a similar goal. All right, post-stream late in the evening, Iron Petrowski here, and I spent some time to go ahead and clean up my breeders. I moved most of the breeders from the catch event over to the breeders box, but I do have these 3 breeders down here, including that one Bellsprout that was 25 or 20 plus, excuse me, in 5 stats. I think this Bellsprout is worth keeping. I think these are worth keeping for the time being. This Ghastly having access to a timid nature. Actually, I did. Ooh, you know what? This gas is actually not worth keeping. I thought it was double stats. That actually makes things way easier. I had 1 spot too many. So now I can just move these over. And that does unfortunately make my more breeders box full. I don't know how it keeps happening, but yeah, all my breeders boxes are full once again. I keep trying to do enough breeds to keep them clean, and it's just never enough. I can go ahead and delete this though. These can all be released. So rest in peace. See you later, fellas. I do have 1 full clean box. I have half a clean box. This could potentially be another full clean box if I need it to. The Christmas event is coming up in about 5 days or so. I'm going to try to do tomorrow's catch event, as well as I'm hosting a Shuntathon tomorrow. So I'll be getting a ton of encounters on the account and just working towards that. And then ideally, after tomorrow's catch event, that will be the final thing that I have to worry about. And then as long as I have 1.5 boxes of space, we're probably fine heading into the Xmas event. But obviously, as much space as possible is ideal. But at the same time, I got to keep my Pokeyen stack high. So I'm kind of fighting that battle of, do I do more breeds at the cost of my Pokeyen? Do I just not worry about it and hope that I have enough space? And kind of just figuring out what's the best case scenario. Most likely, I've probably done plenty. At this point, I'm probably overstressing about my preparation. I'm probably fine. I've come a really long way on the Ironman account, and I probably should smell the roses a little bit more. The most likely situation is that I will see you guys tomorrow for the Shuntathon, possibly even getting a shiny encounter tomorrow. That would be absolutely amazing, or just getting up to 30,000 encounters or so, maybe not that high, but like getting close to that, as well as potentially getting something good in the final catch event, most likely before the Christmas event. All right, fellas, I am surrounded by many gamers today. We're going to be starting the Shuntathon here on the Ironman account in a quick second, in about 13 minutes or so. I am going to be shiny hunting on the Ironman account. I'm starting at around 23,800 or so encounters. I won't be getting the most amount of encounters today because I actually picked out 3 single encounter spots for today, because I specifically did that because I think it would be cooler to make history. I think it'd be more interesting to open up the ability of like some super rare, insane moment happening versus just time swipe horde shinies. So we're actually doing in Kanto Route 3 Charmander, which is where we're at right now to start, then Victory Road Sandslash, then Petalburg Woods Trico, then Route 210 in Sinnoh, and there's 4 different rare spawns there. There's Breloom, Scyther, Mr. Mime, and I was forget the last one. Breloom, Scyther, Mr. Mime, Breloom, Scyther, Mr. Mime. There's one more I always forget. Anyways, there's 4 rare Sudowoodo. There's 4 rare spawns over there, and then in the 5th hour we'll be doing Vanilluxe to wrap things up. Vanilluxe over in Icarus City. So we'll see if we get any shinies on the Ironman today, or we'll just see if we can witness any cool shinies while gaming. And I'll be hopping over to the main account to give people prizes and rewards if they do end up getting shinies.
Okay, it took about 6 to 8, I almost said 6 to 7 minutes or so, but we did end up catching the Alpha Mightyena. We had an Alpha, I didn't even say actually, I'm sorry, I'm like so off. We had an Alpha Mightyena spawn on our Iron Man accounts. I'm in the middle of the Shuntathon, so things are crazy. We did go ahead and go take a quick sec to go catch it. They do have Xmas hats, Paul, cute. It was 3 times 31. It's double attack since Patak and attack, so not amazing, but you know what? I'll take it any 3 times 31. If you're gonna mix the attacks like that, honestly, also it's naive. If you're gonna get mixed attack stats like this, you want it on a 3 times 31 and you want it on like a naive nature. So honestly, that's the best way to get the double up on attack IVs. All right, we still have about 20 minutes or so left in the Shuntathon, but we're running very low on that time, and like it's gonna come down to the very last minute. So I need to make sure that I'm prepared for the upcoming Purloin catch event, so I can go straight from the Shuntathon directly to the event. So I'm gonna go ahead and run my calculations now. I think this will be a super easy event. I think it's just going to be a nest ball event. Pidove is going to be 100% catch rate, and that is -5. There's only 2 different Pokemon that we actually have to worry about catching here. It's just Pidove and Purloin. Here it is, Purloin. Yep. So both these Mons are 100% catch rate with nest ball. Should be a really, really simple catch event where we're just spamming. Is there even a synchronized nature? Let me go double check. There is no nature bonus. This will be a mass catch event where we just try to nest ball as many Pokemon as soon as possible. I will definitely have to go spend some Pokémon and buy more nest balls before the event begins. All right, the Shuntathon is not quite over yet, but I'm going to use these final 6 or 7 minutes before the event ends to go buy myself some nest balls before this catch event happens. And I'm going to go ahead and buy a fair bit of them. They're 1,000 Pokémon a piece. They're the most important Pokeball for catch events on an Iron Man, in my opinion, in PokeMMO. I'm going to drop the 200k Pokémon. I think it's worth it. Super expensive, but 200 nest balls could put me at multiple chances to win a catch event in PokeMMO. Should definitely do me some justice. A lot of Pokémon drop, but it's well worth it, in my opinion. Okay, it is about 5:01. Just hit 5:01 p.m. We are officially done our Shuntathon. We're just changing gears. I'm zip, trying to move as fast as possible. It is now time to begin the catch event. We're looking for Pidoves and Purloins only over at Route 3 in Unova. I think, what is it again? Purloin is +5, Pidove is -5. There is no species bonuses. This is going to be an absolute nest ball spamming event. The harder part is probably going to be finding the spawns themselves. I actually should go grab myself a Swarm or Illuminate Pokemon as well to make my encounters a little bit faster. So I'm going to go do that and hopefully see you guys with the first catch on the Iron Man account during this catch event. Okay, here is our first catch. Purloin. The spawns are a little bit more sparse than I imagined, but we'll see how they play out. Let's go ahead and see. I know some people are down to the bottom right, but I don't want to be in dark grass if possible. There might be a light grass spot down there as well. We'll see. We'll switch around. We'll see what's the best place to be at. Not a bad first catch, just like slightly above average / like pretty average. There's dark grass. Yeah, I don't want to be here. We could be here. A little more private location. Why not? Actually, I'm a left-right person. That's up-down. No, thank you. It matters. It does. No fucking shot. Someone apparently a minute and a half into this event, someone caught. That's amazing. A 176 Purloin, which makes it a 181 overall score. The likelihood this person probably just won the event 1.5 minutes in. That is okay. Honestly, it might actually be better for Iron Man. If people choose to leave the event because of that, that's good news. I am happy to compete for RP and go for 2nd, 3rd, or 4th place. So I'm staying. I'm going to keep catching. I understand why you'd want to leave. I totally, much love those who, peace out. But as an Iron Man account, I'm not giving up. I'll take it, dude. Congrats to that guy. That's an insanely cool catch. 1.5 minutes in is crazy. Also, I always talk about how I need Flying Egg Root breeders. This is probably one of my best chances to actually get Flying Egg Root breeders is like Pidove. Like, you don't see a whole lot of Flying Egg Root Mons in catch events. So the Pidoves are honestly fantastic for this. Okay, this guy is goated. He's putting his money where his mouth is at. He said 50 gifted subs if you find a better Purloin than that. Now, am I hoping to do that / trying to? Probably not. I'm just going for 4th place / like 2nd and 3rd. That so many people are quitting this event, right? It's like a huge global chat, hot topic meme right now. But this is based. I'm gonna try my best. I doubt I'll do that, but we'll see, man. If I can get a 177 Purloin, we cook it up. Okay, on the other side of the coin, this is statistically true and really fucking funny. The Purloin's a 181 total score. So that means that even if you caught a 186 Pidove, you would still lose because if you caught a wild 6x31 Pidove, it gets -5 from the species bonus. It would be a 181. It would tie and you would get second place. This might be one of the only times in catch event history where if you catch a wild 6x31, you would get second place. You would not win. That actually is pretty funny. Someone got a 10 Pidove. No, they didn't. That would... Okay. I am the biggest anti-quitter person of all time. If someone got a... It's not that. If someone got a 181 Purloin and a 10 Pidove 15 minutes into the event, I've never seen a more valid crash out, more valid time to quit an event. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep hustling. I'm going to keep catching Mons, okay? But that would actually be pretty amazing. That would be pretty crazy. I'll take another 2x31 breeder, man. Flying A group breeders. Hell, this event's been good for me, man. Or I believe the catch event did just end, so I'm not going to catch this Purloin. Good luck to everybody who participated. I'm going to submit something, I think, regardless of what I caught. Just go, because I think a lot of people quit this event, so I'm going to try my best. I don't think I caught anything too crazy, but let's just go check our boxes and see what's going on. We ended up catching 59 Pokemon in this event. I'm going to go ahead and sort by total IVs so I can show you guys our highest IV catch, which was a Pidove at 133. And then our lowest IV catch was a Pidove at 44. I'm going to submit the Pidove, the 30. It's a 39. I really doubt that it places, but I'm going to try my best. We're going to whisper a staff member right now. I think it's worth submitting something for this event. So good luck to anybody participating and submitting a Pokemon. All right, then if we sort by 31, though, look at this. We caught a lot of breeders this event. A lot of good breeders. 19 Pokemon with at least 1x31. And I think one of them, yep, this one was 2x31. So really good event for breeders, even though not the most submittable catches for me. Now, the only negative of catching so many good IV Pokemon is the space problem. I am going to have to do I'm going to have to get some breeds done before Christmas. This is, yeah, not good, man. Not good. I probably can go ahead and release. I'm going to double check, but I probably can release all of these other catches. All right, catch event results are here. In 4th place, we have Sezzy TV with a score of 20. That's a sick catch. Pretty a good, solid, strong 4th place catch. That was 9 minutes into the event. Congratulations, dude. Next up in 3rd place, we have Silavo with a score of 177. And then 2nd place, also with a 177, is Juan Jose C. I love the name. And then 1st place, I think GB Weed did it. 177 for 3rd and 2nd place tie is ridiculous. And then GB Weed, aka Folan, is the IGN he played this event on with a score of 181. He caught this Pokemon a minute and a half into the event. He's been playing PokeMMO for over 12 years. One of the most integral community members to PvP and just PokeMMO in general, hosting the PokeMMO Super League, if I recall correctly, has just won his first ever catch event in PokeMMO. Literal PokeMMO history being made. Just an OG name that so many people know, dude. Congratulations, GB Weed. A first ever catch event win within 12 plus years of playing the game is just, it's a good reminder. No matter how long you've played PokeMMO, there are always more things to achieve and more things to experience for the first time. And I think that's a really important thing to say. Congratulations. I couldn't be happier for you, GB Weed. Congratulations, man. All right, but the catch event is over. The Shuntathon is over. And now Iron Man episode 25 is coming to an end. A very monumental episode, a very long episode to record. This is probably the episode that actually I spent the most IRL time on because progress is just getting sparse as we reach the end game of the Iron Man account. There was a lot of shiny hunting in this episode, which is a lot of me being like, hey guys, today I'm starting at, 10,000 encounters. Oh, I ended at 13,000. See you tomorrow. There's not always a whole lot to add or throw in there, and I don't also want to just record random clips and waste your guys' time. But
looking back, we did achieve a lot more than I realized in this episode. We'll cover that in a bit more detail here in a quick second, but I had a huge list of raid Pokemon that I wanted to prepare for Christmas, and we did a really good job of that. I'm really, really proud of all the Xmas raid mons we were able to prepare ahead of time. The only one we didn't get to ended up being Skuntank, but that is kind of a very specific Pokemon that, do I really want to dedicate a whole PC space to it? That was kind of the question at play here, and I just decided against it. So I chose not to prepare Skuntank very specifically, and then I ended up achieving, I think, all of these other goals. Saving up to 2 million plus Pokeyen, doing all the catch events. I did so many catch events, Jimmy runs. I'm up to 81 Jimmy runs. Breeding for space, I did pretty well. I need to do a little bit more of that before Christmas, but that's okay. Amulet coin farming, we did a fair bit, I think, and then Everstone farming, we did a ton of at some point. But let's just go ahead and cut to it, man. It's been a long enough episode. We put a lot of time into this. What are our final goals and our final hours played? We are ending this episode with a perfect 1,269 hours played on the account. That is up from 1,179. So if we go grab our little calculator, handy dandy, really quick, we can do 1,269 minus 1,179, and that means that in this episode we played 90 hours of PokeMMO. There was almost 100 hours of progress in one episode. I think that is the most hours played in one episode. If not, it's very, very, very up there. That is not normal. And once, because we did a lot of shiny hunting and a lot of like other, it was just very long term in terms of progress. I wanted to do one more episode and only release one more Iron Man progress episode prior to the Xmas event. I ended up farming over 60 Everstones during this episode, doing different, methods, doing the bowl door method, the typical method, as well as also starting and beginning fossil farming. We made a ton of raid Pokemon, which I kind of forgot about. The Egg Move raid Weavile, a raid Torkoal, a raid Poliwrath, a raid Empoleon, a raid Vanilluxe. These were all made, EV trained, and XP trained all within this one episode. On top of, we consumed well over 60 Pokemon via breeds. We did hella catch events is the technical term, and we also reached over 81. We're at 81 Jimmy runs right now in total done on the account. And I went back and I checked the initial footage. I started this episode at 7,000 encounters and I gained 19,000. Not the most for like how much we shiny hunted. I honestly wish I would have done more. My shiny efficiency is really bad right now in terms of my encounters per hour, but I'll have to just learn and rework on that muscle memory and get that down packed. We did save up 2 million plus Pokemon, which is a huge goal of ours during this event or during this episode. And we also started and began looking at what fossil farming is going to look like. And we did breed a really good Dusclops for fossil farming, but we just didn't EV train and XP train that yet. We're also just missing how many breeds I did. I ended up doing a ton of breeds this episode, a ton of good Pokemon. Honestly, that 5 times 31 Axew probably should be on this list. I'm gonna go ahead and actually add that in post. It's not ready to go. It's not correct nature, but that was a 5 times 31 that we added. We added a few other 5 times 31s, honestly, to our collection. So maybe I need to go, but like, we're getting to the point on the account where goals are arbitrary and we're just using them as motivators to make more progress. And what really matters is just keeping going, keep on trucking, keep on moving on, keep on keeping on. And that's what PokeMMO is all about. And I cannot wait to see you guys for the upcoming Xmas episode to hopefully get some new vanities on the account, hopefully get some nice riches charms, some XP charms. I feel like these events are what the Iron Man account is all about, and they just give us so much progress so quickly, and it's been so fun to just grind the events and feel like I'm playing them for the first time again on the Iron Man account. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like on it. If not, dislike it. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos every single day, and especially to support this series. Follow me on Twitch for streams if you want to see live updates of the Iron Man, Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord is down below for updates on all my uploads and my live streams, as well as just find a really cool community of people that love this game. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the content, YouTube memberships, Twitch primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo do make the difference, and also get your name featured at the end of videos like this one. But for now, I will see you guys later. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Peace, Reno. Nice Ludicolo. Yo, what's up? Outro Petrowski here. I wanted to take this second to say thank you so much for watching the entire video. It is thanks to people like you I'm able to make the content that I do, as well as everybody whose name is listed here. That's it for me. Have a fantastic day.